So I know we normally don't do like a particular cold open on these things, because we really don't want to blue balls and we want to get right into it. But I was at the gas station, and not a sponsor, and I found these peanut butter cinnamon roll M&Ms.
That sounds so horrible.
And so I figured we would just real quick here at the start that we would just we would just try them out.
You're doing this.
We just try them out right
here.
You're
doing this.
Again, I think you got to get one of each color.
Oh no.
No, see that won't do it. There you go. All right.
Well, there's 3 colors.
Oh, there's 3 colors. Oh shit. All right, hold on. Go fish. Here we go. Which one are you missing?
I don't know.
There's a darker brown.
This one.
There you go.
There you go. Okay. All right. Here we go. We ready? 3, 2, 1.
Oh. I don't hate it.
It's better than those fucking, what was it, key lime pie ones? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm taking this straight to the committee.
There you have it. Peanut butter cinnamon roll M&Ms. They're not bad.
No.
We didn't need this, though. They're just peanut butter M&Ms with like some extra sugar on them.
That's what it is.
That is all it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like more like peanut butter sugar cookie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, with a hint of cinnamon.
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 Yeah. Okay. They're all right.
Yeah. I don't think I needed that. Both random and out of nowhere.
Well, when I see something interesting at the gas station that's off the wall on the way over here, I'm typically like, let's try it out.
And Oz, you let this happen.
I didn't know what the fuck he was doing when he grabbed him. Honestly,
if Mace had been there, he immediately would be like, no.
Put those back.
And honestly, I'm actually thankful because at least he didn't pick the fucking marshmallow Reese's that I saw.
Oh no, then I have to eat whatever the thing is. I can't.
Yeah, that shit looked horrible. So I'll take that over this over that.
Yep.
Well, with that interesting flavor tone note out of the way, we are here for a reason that does not include cinnamon rolls, M&Ms, or peanut butter. None of this stuff was actually involved in the making of said topic of tonight. We are here for a very interesting purpose, one that has been discussed very recently since its release, and that is, of course, the 2026 Christopher Nolan film, his adaptation of the Odyssey. But of course, before we get too far into things, proper introductions are in order, and then followed by a proper reading of the rules. So for those of you who are new or old here, welcome back. This is indeed another very special, epic episode of the Superhero Homies podcast. My name is Quentin, and as always, I am here with, most of the time, he is the world's greatest co-host, except when he makes me eat weird shit on the podcast.
I'll take it.
The homie Caleb.
What's going on, everybody? I am glad to be back here. I am actually wearing some, you could say that it's ultimate drip. Got one of 2 new Spidey shirts I'm rocking today. The homies fresh. Love the drip. I do have another one, but I'm saving it for the review of Brand New Day.
If you can find it.
Yeah.
Well, have you lost it?
Maybe.
We'll talk about that later.
As of this morning, I had lost both of them, and I already found one, so I got like 2 weeks to find the other one.
That's true. Is that John Wick inspired?
Yes,
it
is.
Very cool.
Oh, yeah, I see it now.
I dig that.
Yeah, I like it. And then the other one, just to give you a little preview, is it's actually a large version of the Spidey logo, but it actually has the Punisher logo melted into the center.
Nice.
That's gonna be.
I love how on this shirt his spider sense is going off like no shit.
Yeah. Like, if I was in this position, I would be alarmed too.
But of course, for a movie this big, this epic, this nerdy, we needed some extra help with this. So once again, returning is our good friend, our homie, our buddy, the homie Oz returning.
Thank you. I don't know how much help I will be, but I have an opinion.
Well, he was talking mad shit before the podcast, man, I'm, you need to have me on because I helped Homer write this shit or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like 3,000 years ago.
Was it 3?
According to the internet,
it's about 3,000.
Like 3,000, right?
What was it, like 2,700 to 3,000 years? Yeah.
And speaking of it being 3,000 years old, that requires us the reading of the rules. The first half of this review, shockingly enough, is going to be spoiler free, even though
you had time to read it.
Yeah, it is a 3,000-year-old poem, but there are some things in the film that I would still consider that would be spoilers. A lot of that actually has to do with kind of the themes of the movie and how it was recontextualized for the modern audience. So the first half of this review will be spoiler free. After that, we will give you guys plenty of heads up. We actually have a little topic that Oz wanted to bring up that we're going to discuss in the middle there. And then the second half of this review, once we come back to it, will actually be spoiler filled. So if you've already seen the movie or just don't care about spoilers, that is going to be a really in-depth discussion about kind of everything about the film. But yeah, I think we're ready to go. Guys, I got to say, general thoughts on this movie. I mean, I think anybody that watches the podcast knows that we're all Nolan fans. Did he step it up here for this? Like, did in my opinion, the greatest director like of the modern era? I mean, did he level up here?
I mean, I personally think he did. Like, yeah, like you said, we're all fans of Nolan and his work. I was glued to the screen for 3 fucking hours. Like, usually, even in like some of the like the Marvel stuff, like sometimes like when there's a lull, I'll fucking just kind of sit back a little bit. This movie, I didn't. I was focused, laser focused on all of it,
locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, maybe some people would consider this a hot take. I don't think is that big of a hot take at all. I think that is actually probably a pretty, maybe a standard take for a lot of people. I think that as it stands here and now, by the end of the year, the Odyssey will have remained my favorite movie of 2026. I don't think anything's going to top this.
I mean, yeah, honestly, I was saying the same thing at the theater. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's kind of, I don't want to say unfortunate, but it's like, I know that, well, I don't know, but I strongly feel that nothing that comes out this year, whether it be Brand New Day or Dune, Messiah, or Dune 3, I should say, Clayface or Avengers Doomsday, I don't think any of that's going to reach the levels of entertainment or enjoyment quite that the Odyssey did. I mean, just overall from top to bottom, from the casting, and some of this casting is super interesting casting that I never would have considered, but honestly pulled it off somehow.
Oh, yeah.
To the way that this thing was shot. I mean, I think off mic we were just talking about like the practicality of a lot of things that were used here. To the being able to capture the epic scope and scale of something like this, but doing it in a way that used very interesting techniques for special effects that didn't involve CG. I mean, just everything about this film, I think, was just amazing. And I think I even said this to Oz after we got out of the viewing. I said, I have to really think hard about my nitpicks. There are some nitpicks that I have here, but it's nothing that is going to deter me from seeing this movie again. I've already seen it twice.
Yeah, he went and saw it the next morning.
Yeah, I saw it the very next morning. So I saw it twice within like 12 hours somehow, and the movie's 3. So
yeah. I think I might be the detractor here again. And let me just go ahead and preface all of this by saying that I love this movie. Like, I really do. And you were talking about the casting. I was listening to Nolan talk about, because I haven't seen the movie twice, but I have probably watched like 5 to 6 hours of like cast and director interviews about this thing. And Nolan actually said that he has a rule for himself that he never thinks about an actor when he's writing a script. He doesn't ever want to do that, because as soon as you take a character, like let's just say Odysseus here, and 10 words into it, he goes, I want this to be Matt Damon. He's now writing the part for Matt Damon. Yep. He's no longer writing the character of Odysseus. He's writing something that he thinks would fit Matt Damon. And he doesn't want that to be the case. Like, he doesn't ever want to limit the character to an actor. So he writes the character the way he wants the character to be, and then goes back and says, okay, now what actor do I think could rise to this occasion and could pull this off? And I think that's an awesome way to do it. Obviously, some movies you can't do that, right? Like, obviously, if you're writing Brand New Day, you have to write that shit for Tom Holland, because that's who's going to be fucking Spider-Man.
Well, that is true.
But in Nolan's case, he pretty much can do whatever he wants, just because of what's been afforded him. I really, really loved this movie. I think I don't know that I'm right there with you guys in in saying nothing's going to top this for me. If I had money on what will compete with it, it's probably Dune Messiah. They're not calling it that. I'm calling it that. Dune 3. I think that's dumb, but that doesn't affect the actual product.
No.
For me, if I'm looking at brass tacks, what director is capable of stepping to Chris Nolan? It's Denis Villeneuve. Denis Villeneuve. He's the only person that I think is on the level today, right now, 2026. I do think, obviously, we're both huge Ridley Scott fans.
Yeah.
But we are also huge fans of the Russo brothers. All of us are. Do I think Doomsday could be on the level? Absolutely. But if I had to bet something that could take the best movie of 2026 throne from this, for me, it's Dune. But once again, I am in agreement with both of you right now. It's the best movie I've seen yet this year.
Oh, yeah.
And we're over halfway there.
So, one more question before we kind of get into it here for you guys. Is this a top 3 Nolan movie for you?
Yes.
That was immediate. I barely got the last syllable out.
I'm yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So for me, I wouldn't put it there.
Yep.
It's a top 5, but not a top 3. Like,
damn.
To me, it's, you already know I'm gonna say it's not Prestige, right? Like, I don't like it as much as Prestige. I don't think I like it as much as Interstellar, and I don't think I like it as much as Begins.
I knew what top 3 were gonna be.
But would like that the next 3 on that list is definitely Dark Knight, Inception, and this movie, and those could be in any order depending on the day. Right. So like those are all fucking amazing movies. Like if somebody told me that they gave any one of those 6 movies that's a 10 out of 10 for them, I'm not gonna be like, no, fuck you. That, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna be like, oh yeah, all right, I see it. So
it's number 2 for me. It's my number 2 Nolan movie. I thought about this. I thought about all the movies that were made by Chris Nolan, and I even thought, okay, if I had to rank them right now, how would it go? And it wound up being number 2. So yeah, if you guys couldn't guess by now, I really thoroughly enjoyed this movie.
Is The Dark Knight number 1?
Of course.
Okay.
I mean, it is a masterpiece. Honestly, and I think this took the number 1 spot for me. Mostly because of so I base movies off of how they make me feel. And the fact of the matter is, this movie, a 3-hour fucking long movie, kept me glued the whole fucking time. I was anxious. I was excited the whole time. And none of his other movies did that the whole time.
Right.
So, yeah, I think this took the number 1 spot for me.
See, there's no way I can score films that way, because like the first time I saw Dark Knight Rises, I was glued to it the whole time. You know what I mean? And like, I obviously didn't hear me mention it in that top 6 I just gave.
Yeah.
And speaking of Dark Knight Rises, that money-wise was Nolan's top movie for opening weekend. Yeah. Actually, overall, but for opening weekend, and it has been unseated. The Odyssey topped it for opening weekend, and it may top it for overall. I mean, it made over $1 billion. So,
yeah, I know Nolan he's had at least 2 movies that have made over $1 billion, both Batman.
Yeah, Dark Knight
and Dark Knight Rises.
I don't think Dark Knight got there until the re-release, though, right?
No.
Yeah. So.
Actually, no. I think Dark Knight got there off its original release.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I knew it was close either way.
It was. But it was the first superhero movie to do it.
Yes. Yep, to crack that $1 billion. And I mean, really, Nolan has given us so many just incredible experiences in the theater. I think we have to talk about the nature of IMAX when it comes to this movie. Also, not a sponsor, but if you would like, we do have the bucket here. So, yeah, let us know, guys. We'll be happy to plug IMAX for you guys.
Yeah, we'll shoot this in IMAX if you need it.
Yeah, we'll do whatever you want.
Provide the IMAX camera and
we'll do it. We'll do it.
And then provide your own editor as well who can edit that footage.
Yeah, we'll also need a studio because that camera is about
half the size of this room.
Yeah, it's also like 13 decibels because it has a bunch of loud ass fans in it. So.
I mean, it'll be great for your clips though because like you have to do it in 3-minute increments.
Right.
Yeah, and those files will be like 1 terabyte apiece. But I mean, we all saw this like opening night in IMAX basically, and I mean that I am such a technical person when it comes to films. And I got to say that I was absolutely blown away. Like, there was moments where I was, I think, a little partially taken out of the story. And I don't mean this is a bad thing, just because I was looking at things and I was just mesmerized with the visual of it and how it was shot and just the height of the frame. There's a portion where they like come up over the edge of like a cliff, basically like a mountain range, and you have the entire frame that you would normally have in a normal theater, and then you have just like 30 feet of cliff side, and there's no other movie that's ever hit me like that in terms of scale of a thing. You kind of have to just see it to experience it, but that and like some of the effect shots and things like that, I was blown away by how many times they didn't take any kind of shortcut. And in a lot of ways, they did a lot of the shit as complicated as you could feasibly do it. Yep. But because of that, it draws you in and makes you feel like you're looking at something real. Mm-hmm. And so much of Hollywood kind of loses us on that these days.
I 1,000% agree on that. We have so many movies nowadays that put so much emphasis on heavy CG, and I'm not necessarily even putting that as a bad thing because you're not going to make a high budget superhero movie in most cases without it.
Right.
You can't, you can't do. You might be able to do a puppet Cyclops like we have in this movie. You can't really do a puppetized Thanos though, and have him do all the shit that he does.
No.
Right.
And so like you have to have certain limitations and know what you can do with what you have, and know what your overall goals are. But the only reason I bring that up is because the things that were done in this movie, like you said, Caleb, are kind of a technical masterpiece, and it's something that you can't take out and replace with something that maybe Hollywood tends to use as a crutch. I mean, we've gotten to the point now in modern cinema where like a lot of things will be made CG that doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. In a lot of cases, some of these things will look maybe better if they didn't. I feel like Nolan took the old school approach of let's just make a fucking puppet, but let's make it as cool and as stylized as we can, which takes me back to the 80s and 70s, which I love that era of filmmaking.
I mean, and to be perfectly honest, like I've always been more of a fan of practical effects over CG. Not saying that CG is not beneficial in any way, shape, or form. Like obviously, we're in an age where that's a lot of times needed to get that story across. But like the movies that stand the test of time, case in point, the Lord of the Rings movies. Not saying that they don't use CG, but they do a lot of like practical effects, like a lot of makeup, a lot of design, stuff like that. And that is what Nolan did here. Like he brought in, like he made set. Well, he didn't even have to make sets most of the time. He shot on location, but all the costumes, all the major creatures and stuff like that, he brought, he made that.
And I mean, the crazy thing too about this is he came in under budget on this thing.
Yeah, that blows my mind. Yeah.
Well, and a lot of it too, when they say practical effects, they don't always just mean like we're not using CGI. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it means it in a more literal sense. Like, it's no secret that the Trojan horse is in the movie. Like that's in the trailer. Yeah. Okay. Any other studio, any other director, just about, that's going to be a miniature that they'll shoot as a prop, right? That they'll just shoot up close so it looks like it's the real thing. Or they may have actually built one, right. But then the scenes inside of it would have been shot on a soundstage somewhere. So you got to build or rent that and then pay for all that shit to happen. and you got to shoot everything twice. No. He was like, we're just going to put everybody in there, and we're going to do it. You know?
Yeah. It's like, we made it big enough.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, right?
Which also adds to that believability to it, is like, that is what they did. They built this Trojan horse so they could hide inside.
Yeah.
And there's so many amazing technical aspects of this movie that lends itself to the perspective of the story. Because as you alluded to earlier, Caleb, like there's so many things in this movie that, I mean, I think that for the most part, we've all have heard the Odyssey, even though for some reason I have a lot of coworkers who've never heard of it at all, which blew my mind.
I mean, honestly, I always thought it was like required in school because that's how I heard.
Kind of thought so too.
I had to read it. I think it was in middle school.
Yeah,
when
middle
I read
or
it.
high school.
Yeah,
the first time that I read it, but yeah. So it was interesting for me, like looking at this thing because it does such an interesting job, right, of changing the way that you look at these stories because they're presented in maybe a certain fashion, or maybe you just interpret it in a certain way when you read it, or maybe you watch the old movie.
Right,
and you just only view it from that POV. But this movie, it does the same thing, but maybe from a different perspective. Like, okay, maybe this wasn't the good thing that we always kind of thought it was. And maybe, you know, from this POV, we can kind of see things from a different perspective now.
I mean, and honestly, like, I applaud the level of genres that he hit in this one movie. Mm-hmm. Like, he went from action adventure to almost damn near a spy flick to a straight up monster horror movie.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, how? How did you capture all this and make it make sense?
Right.
And like he did it, it was just masterful. And like I said, I was glued.
Yeah. I think that, you know, since we're talking about the technical aspects of this, this is a good time for us to talk about the score.
Oh God.
So we don't have Hans Zimmer here. We have Ludwig Göransson, who actually did a lot of movies. He did Sinners, Black Panther. He actually did a little bit of work on Atlanta. He did Mandalorian Grogu. He also did, obviously, Oppenheimer. A lot of people, you know, have commented on, like, where's Hans Zimmer? He signed on to do all 3 Dune movies, and that's what he's working on. What did you guys think about the score here?
Okay, so, you know, after I've seen the movie, my TikTok feed was filled with all kinds of fun little videos, and I actually learned a little bit. Like, everything that Ludwig did was used instruments from that time period. Like, and 2 of them he had to make.
Yeah.
The double flute, I can't remember what it's called, and then a lyre. Like, he had to actually make those to actually use in this score. I know that, like, especially in those high tense moments, that's where it got me the most. Is like you felt it because of the insane buildup that music provided, and I felt it was great.
Yeah, especially like you said, Oz, when you consider, I don't want to say the limitations, but in a way that is the word to use, the limitations of his use of instruments and his creativity, right? Like, I think that this score is pretty darn astounding. And for me, it's a mixture of 2 of the 3 categories that we typically place musical scores in on this show. Like, either, you know, one is so overbearing that you can't stand it and it's trying to draw attention unto itself, or option 2, which is the score is so subtle and perfect and lends itself to the movie so well that you don't even notice it. And 3 is you notice it, but it's for all the right reasons, and it's because it's such an amazing use of music to build the atmosphere of the tension. This one for me is both 2 and 3. Like, there's moments where I was like, oh yeah, the score was there. You know, like, but it was so well done that it just kind of helped me to be more immersed in the scene, and I'm really thinking about the fact that I'm hearing, you know, music that lends itself to the movie. I thought that the score here was, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna say that like this is my favorite score of a Nolan flick, but I think that it was very well utilized here.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that here I'm kind of with you. Like, when I did notice it, it was good, but for the most part, I'm just vibing with what's going on the screen. And I actually had somebody ask me, like, if the score was good, and I said, well, it's really not that kind of movie.
Right.
Like, there's more dialogue than anything. Like, the dialogue in this movie is so important that the score is kind of toned way down because you want to be able to kind of feast on the dialogue. And when the dialogue isn't hitting, there's usually some loud ass shit going on. And so lots of times, like, those are really the main two things here. The score is kind of secondary to those. Is, you know, the sound effects, and then also the dialogue. Kind of both of those come before the score in this movie. I feel like when the score is there, like I said, it just kind of keeps you in the moment and keeps you immersed, which, you know, we were in the IMAX, so you really couldn't take your eyes off the screen. Because you really
unless you
have...
just closed them.
Yeah, unless you just close them. You really don't have that option. But I always just felt so engrossed in what was happening. And so the score definitely can't be the first one, you know?
Yeah.
Right. And, like, no, I definitely agree. Like, but when that score does pick up, that's when you start, like, that's when you notice you're supposed to be paying attention even more. Yeah. And like especially some of the action scenes or these very high tense scenes, like you just feel it and it builds to that point where it's like I actually have anxiety for them because of this music, or with this music helping.
Right. Yeah, I feel you. Did we want to talk a little bit about maybe the cast here?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be on this for a minute, guys. The cast here is so expansive. I think we would be remiss if we didn't immediately talk about the lead role here. Matt Damon, millions of dollars and hours have been spent bringing him back from places.
And we toured again.
Yeah. I was talking to the homie Kay about this yesterday or the day before, and I was like, you know, it's kind of fucked that, like, Mars is the least shitty place he's been stranded.
Right. Yeah. But also, it's give and take, right? Because, like, imagine being stranded on an island with, like, a beautiful woman for 7 years, and they're like, oh, this is awful.
Yeah, this is terrible.
Oh, awful. But those 3 years till you got there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm counting, like, the initial place that you were stranded at.
Oh.
You know?
Oh, see. Yeah, that's a little different. So, in terms of Matt Damon here, so I thought about this for a while now. I like Matt Damon. I think that he's always been a fine actor. He always delivers. He has a different type of energy than most leading men in Hollywood.
Yes. It's more subtle.
I was going to say that. I was going to say his energy is more subtle. He works best as like an everyman, and I think that's why he was maybe put or cast in this role. Because just when you look at the character of Odysseus, in so many ways, he's kind of, in some ways, he's kind of the opposite of like Agamemnon, who was like presented as larger than life, presents himself.
Darth Vader.
Very forward facing, damn near very me-centric, and then you juxtapose that with Odysseus, and he's just kind of, he doesn't exemplify those same kind of characteristics, but he's more for the group or for the people, for, okay, well, maybe what's best, makes his own mistakes, but in different ways. And I think that Matt Damon, he's the kind of actor who can really exemplify those kind of characteristics. Because if you get someone like like a Brad Pitt, which would be ironic because, he was in Troy.
Yeah.
But I just use him as an example because he's the type of actor who is very magnetic.
Yeah.
You see Brad Pitt and he's always, so damn charismatic.
Chewing the screen.
Yeah. It's why you can't get someone like a Brad Pitt or a Matthew McConaughey or Denzel. You can't get somebody who has that kind of charisma.
Right.
Because that's not the kind of energy that you really get from Odysseus.
No, yeah, like honestly, like even in the when like I said, we read the original poem, and then also seeing the original movie. Well, I don't know if it's an original movie, but like the one we saw in school. Yeah, like Odysseus was never like this overly charismatic guy. He was a soldier who cared about his people.
He had one good idea.
One.
Hey, some of us don't get that.
That's true. That's fair. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the motherfucker was legendary after it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now, after you say that, though, I kind of want a Matthew McConaughey cut where he's just like, I wasn't sure if I was trying to get home from Troy or if home was trying to get to Troy to find me.
Like, see,
I want you to strap me to that mast. I want to hear the siren song.
it'd be like his right hand man. It'd be like, listen to him like, what?
How long have I been on this island? Or did we never leave it to begin with?
God damn. I left True Detective, but True Detective never really left me. Oh, no.
He starts trying to explain to her, you see, time is a... She's like, give me the plant.
Yeah,
Give me the plant.
Yeah, you ain't getting no more of this lotus.
You gotta go. You got a wife and a kid. Get the fuck out.
Oh, man. I want to talk about this cast, but maybe from a different perspective.
Okay.
And this is going to sound so random, and I think I mean for it to. Starting off here, John Leguizamo, damn.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. His voice does always bring me back to like roles
Don't say Spawn.
It does.
S to the P to the A to the R.
Like, I mean, that's just his voice, though.
Yeah.
So, like, there was a little bit at the beginning where I was like, oh no. But then, like, he just kept going. I was like, oh my god, like he's killing it with this. Like,
Especially them puppies. But yeah, he's coming.
Oh, man. At the beginning, I was like, is that fucking John Leguizamo? And then I was like, dang, he is wrecking this role.
Right?
Yeah.
He really, I mean...
I don't even know who's in this.
Me neither. Because so much of the casting discourse, we'll talk about this in a second, is either been, the clearly by the box office irrelevant as fuck opinions on the cast, or it's been kind of around the big, huge blockbuster stars that are in it.
Right.
Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Zendaya, Anne Hathaway, all of them. So, like, John's just kind of in the middle, and I mean, best supporting actor?
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think acting-wise, it's either him or Anne Hathaway on this. I would even give a nod to Elliot Page. Killed it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
And honestly, and I kind of feel bad about it. I'm really horrible about watching trailers and, reading anything about, stuff. So, like, I didn't even know Elliot Page was going to be in this until they were on the screen. I was like, well, son of a bitch.
yeah, Kay
Fortunate for you.
Kay goes, hey, is that... Yeah, fortunately for you, because none of the comment sections have been...
Yeah, I can only imagine.
I mean, first of all, and this is the way that they always present it, right? They'll lead with something that's objectively false, like Elliot Page cast as Achilles. I'm like, that's not true.
Yeah.
And so, like, they lead with a lie to get people even more amped up and angry, and then they just follow it up with
It's
just
rage
more,
bait.
Yeah,
Rage
with just
bait.
more slander, yeah. And so, I mean, that's what a lot of it was. Lupita Nyong'o was cast as Helen of Troy. There was a lot of people who were outraged about that. And I remember thinking, man, like, we got, like, Matt Damon and Tom Holland and Robert Pattinson, like, three of, like, the most lily white dudes ever. I don't hear no complaints about them being cast in this bitch.
Yeah.
But now, when there's a trans character or a black character, now y'all got issues.
I mean, and to be perfectly honest, there really shouldn't be many white people in this movie.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
At all.
And the comments are always coded as, why isn't this movie more white? And, they'll never admit that that's what they're actually saying, but that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Honestly, all of the complaints about this movie as far as the casting goes, like people saying that, Nolan has succumbed to the DEI casting, whatever. No, actually, I think that every single one of the people in this cast, whether they have 2 minutes of screen time or 2 hours of screen time, I think Nolan damn near cast the best person that he could for the role in every case here. I'll be honest. At the beginning, and we can't really talk about this a lot in this section. Zendaya as Athena is probably my least favorite casting decision in this movie. And then after seeing the movie, you're like, oh, okay, this actually makes a lot more sense. The actual context of it in the film, which we can get into in the second half, it actually makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually struggled to figure out who she was at first.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So, for me, I don't want to say that this is maybe it is my least favorite casting. I don't know. I'm still back and forth with it. I didn't hate it, but I wasn't in love with it either. And it was just a really confusing casting. And that's Agamemnon, played by, I think it was Benny Safdie, who I know him as a filmmaker, not as an actor.
Yeah.
And also, like, if you see the guy, just the most unassuming dude. He looks like,
Well, that's probably why they didn't show his face much.
Yeah, I mean, you would shoulder check this guy and not think twice about it. You know what I mean?
I think that's fair, right? Because obviously, like, Agamemnon is aura farming in this movie, as he would have actually been. And he probably was just some fucking guy that happened to be in this position. And so, I can totally see him decking himself out in some fucking Transformer armor to try to make himself look super fucking imposing, because that's just who he was,
And that checks out. Yeah, it really does. It was just one of those things where I had to think, like, Nolan, what have you seen him in? Because I didn't even know this motherfucker stood in front of the camera instead of behind it. Like, he did, like, Uncut Gems. Him and his brother.
Okay.
I think he also... his brother Josh did that. What's that movie with Timothée Chalamet, where he plays a dickhead? His brother did that one.
I would say you're not narrowing it down.
Ping Pong.
Oh, you talking about Marty Supreme?
Yeah, Marty Supreme. Yeah, and Benny, the guy who played Agamemnon, I'm pretty sure he did the Smashing Machine, the movie with The Rock, who plays Mark Kerr, UFC fighter. Yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah. I know, like, when I saw the casting, because I was wondering who played Agamemnon. Then I saw the name. I said, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!"
Like, I mean, and again, like, this may have just been like they just needed a body that kind of fit, or at least maybe the height level, or
I don't think he's that tall.
No, they definitely.
Well, then never mind. Like, honestly, that I don't know, because like literally the only time you kind of see his face is after went right before he's
Well, yeah. What other? Oh, I mean, we already spoke a little bit about Elliot Page. I think he killed it.
Yeah, absolutely. God. Every second he's on the screen, killed it.
Yep.
Like, I was, and again, I didn't know Elliot Page was going to be in this movie. So when I saw the opening scene, I was like, that was a very interesting choice for that character and this actor, because I thought that was it.
It's like, did you really?
Yeah.
And
I'm like, okay.
Okay.
And I gotta say too, the last thing I saw him in, was the last season of Umbrella Academy, which I've always liked their acting, but not in that. I didn't like anything about that, other than that it ended. So I was very pleased in this. I was like, oh yes, I forgot you're actually a tremendous actor, because I definitely didn't get that from the last thing. But that's more the script and the context, and I don't think any of them wanted to be there.
By that point,
yeah.
And we had that in common. I felt it through the screen.
I actually don't think I watched the final season of Umbrella Academy.
Don't do it.
Yeah, you're better off just leaving it off where you were.
Honestly, so the first two seasons really had me, and then like the third season was like,
it's a drop off,
and I'm like, you know what? I don't even care anymore.
Yeah, if you didn't like 3, then because 3 is better than 4 every day of the week. Like, there's no contest.
Right?
Damn.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, I thought that Elliot killed it. Really enjoyed that performance.
I have what might be a hot take. I'm sure you guys are about to tell me if it's a hot take or not. Tom Holland wasn't that good. I think he was just okay.
That's I'll follow you up with one here. I don't think that's a hot take, and for me, it's partly due to the fact that he was either acting across from Anne Hathaway, who was acting her ass off,
Yes.
or he was acting across from Robert Pattinson, who was acting his ass off.
And who he doesn't really do anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, other than those movies, but
Well, so I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy his performance. He was like, there were moments where it's more just him. Like, obviously when he's doing his training scene, he's definitely got the body motions to pull that off. But it was more of like when it was just him, and I think his name is Mentor, like his mentor.
yeah.
Now I'm wondering if that's where that term came from.
I think that's what they were hinting at.
Okay. But there are moments where like I'm not sure if it was him or if it was just the way the character was presented to him to play it that way.
Yeah, I mean,
Because he's supposed to be that naive boy.
right. It's really to the point where I have to take a step back and ask myself, how much would I really care about this character had it not been Tom Holland?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I didn't even think about it like that.
Well, and that's kind of my thing, right? Is like with Tom on this. At no point was I like, man, I'm really glad they got Tom Holland for this.
Yeah.
The performance is fine. It's not. Didn't hate it. I didn't think, oh man, Tom Holland's really like losing it here. Or he's across from John Bernthal, who was acting his ass off.
Oh yes, he was.
So
Fighting every urge. Tell me something.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it just maybe that's what it is. Is like that his character is sort of if there's an audience surrogate, it's his character's the audience surrogate. He's in the dark, we're in the dark, we're finding out things together.
Okay. Yeah.
But once again, I mean, it's just fine. Like if this role were someone else, I think I don't know that there'd be a huge difference. Like there just wasn't any point where I was like, oh man, Tom Holland's really doing a great job here. It was just fine.
Yeah.
Which is it doesn't hurt the movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't. On the flip side, I think my favorite performance in this was Pattinson. He plays such a tremendous chicken shit heel.
Oh my god, he does. Like, god, especially the end scene.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's just shouting shit. I'm like, really? You bitch. Anyway.
Yeah, a lot of people were very worried about Travis Scott being cast as a bard in this.
I thought Travis did good.
Yeah, I thought he did a great job.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, tremendous. And I don't like him at all because of wrestling. And but yeah, he did a great job as a bard here. We've already mentioned Anne Hathaway. Mm-hmm. I think her and Pattinson both absolutely killed it.
Absolutely. We mentioned Bernthal, and he did tremendous as well.
There was a moment though during a certain fight scene with Bernthal. Actually, I think it's the only fight scene he's actually in, where I half expected to hear the Punisher growl.
The word.
Yeah, I was half expecting it, but he never pulled that out. So I was like, okay.
I will go ahead and tell the homies this: he does not say. Let me tell you something.
He doesn't
in the movie. I waited the whole time for him to say it.
I was with him. I was there too.
Because I was like, this whole theater will fucking erupt if he says it.
Because of how much of a thing it's become.
Yeah.
I have never liked Charlize Theron in anything ever, and I thought she was just okay here too. I mean, suitable. Mm-hmm. Like I thought that she was a good pick.
You didn't like Monster?
That's probably her best performance.
I don't know that I've seen that.
Oh, it's based on this true story of
this serial killer.
And I've never liked her in anything, and so for me to go, I think she was a good choice for this. That's like the highest kind of praise I can give.
I mean, honestly, I think she did a good job as Calypso, and like even the the little bit that we do get, it's like she does a really good job of explaining that and still staying in character and like not just like expounding.
Yeah.
So I want to say this without again going into anything spoilery, but we know from most of Christopher Nolan's movies, he likes to keep them more grounded. And you wouldn't think that it would be possible to make any kind of grounded version of the Odyssey. I'd be goddamn, he does. I mean, it's about grounded as can be, because obviously there is plenty of mentions of the gods and of them being angered or what they would think about these things, but like I don't want to say they take a back seat. It's like they're made mention of, but in terms of like their presence here, it's more felt than seen type of deal.
I mean, and really honestly, cool. That's the way I feel like they should be, unless the movie is supposed to be about like case in point, like Percy Jackson or something like that, like where the gods actually show up and do shit. But like
Clash of the Titans,
yeah, like but I do feel that like this subtle approach was, I think that was even how it was in the original movie from our childhood. Like the gods were felt, not seen.
Yeah. And there's also this thing called budget as well.
Yeah.
I think that today, maybe 8 times out of 10, most directors who were given this responsibility to make this kind of movie, they would maybe go a little bit further into it. And I love Nolan's approach here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Less is more.
That's what they say.
Yeah. I definitely liked that choice to kind of make this film more grounded, like as grounded as you could, because the reason, without being able to talk about anything specific in this part, the reason that works so well is because when those kind of supernatural things do happen, they feel you're with the characters. They feel like just this monumental kind of thing, and there is an element of horror to it. And shock and wonder, and if the whole movie was just kind of full of that kind of stuff, it would have diminishing returns, especially with a 3-hour runtime.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just kind of like you said, he keeps things grounded. It's just like in real life, we do not actually have. Well, we have. I don't think anyone has ever actually seen a god come down and interact with anyone and done anything to people. I mean, some people can say what they want to. That's your viewpoint on religion. But in a way, it kind of made it more like how it would be now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I want to get into something, and this is going to be a very... I have to walk a balance on this one. Not in terms of spoilers, but just in terms of how this topic is approached. This is something that Nolan has vastly improved upon, but I still have to kind of nitpick it.
Okay.
And that is, if Christopher Nolan has ever had a weak spot, it is his fight scenes. Not his action scenes, his fight scenes. Those have always kind of been his Achilles heel.
No, honestly, no. Like, I'm with him there. Yeah.
Well, thank you, potential New World's Greatest co-host.
Boo this man.
I will not boo. I appreciated that very much.
But I think that he stepped it up here.
He did.
Yeah, I think his fight scenes here were...
I do have gripes, but I will get there.
Yep. I know what yours are.
Do you think they were more epic?
You don't get anything to that one.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
But I think that they really stepped it up here with the fight scenes, especially towards the end of this movie. I think that they were potentially some of the best fight scenes that have ever been in Nolan flicks. However, with that being said, it felt like they were shot with the intent to put the viewer in the chaotic nature of the fight. It's okay to do that with like your general action scenes to put us into tension. Like if we're in the middle of a raging storm, then if you want to shoot it almost chaotically, that makes sense. But for a fight scene, we need to be able to understand exactly what's going on and interpret it pretty clearly. I know that Matt Damon is in this, but we don't quite need those Bourne Identity cuts. They were not like that. Don't get me wrong. They were not to that level. They were not Bourne Identity or Taken cuts, where they don't even make any fucking sense in those movies. But they were still just, and I'm not even asking for fucking Daredevil type choreography or BVS warehouse scene. That's not what I'm asking for. But just maybe something that is a little bit more streamlined.
check out our greatest fight scenes episode we did a few weeks ago.
Yes, absolutely.
There is one Nolan fight scene on that.
There is. Yeah. And that fight scene, Batman versus Bane, the story carries that, but as soon as you look at the nuts and bolts of it, you're like, how did that happen?
I was like, he hit him in the nuts? You're like, well, he might have.
He could have. But the overall action set pieces, I thought, were tremendous.
Oh, yeah. So, my gripe, and this is... So, a lot of homies don't know this. You two know. But I am a LARPer, and I also do medieval-style archery. So, one of the big things that really bugged me about Odyssey specifically is he is known for having that really awesome trick shot that he, shoots through the massive rows of axes. Well, the fact that earlier in the movie, this isn't really a spoiler, it's just where I noticed it and it had me reeling for about 10 minutes, is the fact that he was holding his bow absolutely incorrectly. There is no actually excuse for that if you're supposed to be a hunter. Like, if you're supposed to be good with a bow at all, holding it down like this, not even close to where you can aim, especially when you're hunting for a precision kill, oh my God, that bugged the shit out of me.
What movie or TV show has accurately portrayed archery to you, out of curiosity? Has there been any?
Well, all right. So, clearly I know that movie magic, you got to do, sword fighting scenes are not very practical and whatsoever. You should never spin in a sword fight, ever.
What if it looks cool?
That's the thing. That is why rule of cool is a thing. Yeah. However, with this fucking shot, that right there is not even rule of cool. That is impractical, not effective, and I don't see how he was supposed to hit anything accurately.
I think it's just so they can see the moneymaker.
Yeah, I'm very much aware of that, but at the same time, the archer in me was very upset. I did like the fight scene towards the end where he actually uses the bow not just to shoot.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that was pretty dope. As far as most of the action scenes, I definitely agree. It felt very chaotic, and you didn't get to see, you were meant to be right there, and that's not always good for an overall fight scene. I will say one that I really did enjoy though was early in the film with the invasion of Troy. I really enjoyed that scene, the way they did most of the fights in that. So
yeah. Kid, do you have any thoughts about the action that we get here?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Troy stuff, like you said, the Troy stuff stands out so well. And if you see 1,000 people on the screen, there's 1,000 people on the set.
Quite literally, yeah.
But yeah, I thought that the Troy stuff captured how absolutely just fraught and chaotic that must have really been had it happened, because that's kind of one of those things where we don't actually know if this really happened or not.
Homer was full of shit.
Yeah, I mean,
well, honestly, Homer didn't write this that part.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No,
Homer didn't really write anything, though, did he?
Well, no, technically,
we actually don't even know if Homer was one person.
Yeah, that's fair. But ultimately, the Odyssey and I can't remember the other Iliad, actually don't cover the Battle of Troy. So this is all speculation of people talking in those two books of when it's what happened or what's going to happen type of thing.
Yeah. I actually want to just for a minute kind of talk about the sort of fervor that has popped up for the 2004 Troy movie by Wolfgang Peterson as of late. There's been a lot of detractors online, and I just assume that most of them have not seen this fucking movie that have been a side-by-side shot of the Troy movie and then a shot from one of the trailers for Odyssey. And I'm just first of all, none of this is historical. Right. It is all fiction. It is all myth. It is mythological fiction at best.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, if you are striving for something to be accurate to the time period, the Troy movie from 2004 is about the worst fucking thing that you could possibly get. First off, fucking Achilles wasn't even there at the end, like the end of that fight.
Mm-hmm.
Rumors
that, like, honestly, there's rumors that he never existed.
Oh yeah, probably not. I mean, he was supposed to be like half god or whatever.
Yeah, he's a demigod.
In the story, it was not his cousin that got killed and made him all turbo pissed. It was his lover.
Yep.
But they didn't decide to put that in the movie. Mm-hmm. That's some straight people DEI right there. If you want to get real fucking technical with it.
Yep.
Yeah, there's just a ton of things that they like just got wrong about the whole movie. Mm-hmm. And like the one thing that I really love that both films do, both Troy and the Odyssey, I really love that both of them kind of, I don't want to say diminish, but they kind of remove the whole Helen of Troy myth from the cause of the war. Mm-hmm. Like she's present in both, but it's clear in both of them that like that's not the real cause of the war.
It's the scapegoat.
It's the excuse.
It just gave Agamemnon a reason to go and do this shit. Like he wanted Troy. That's it.
Like 9/11.
You know. Damn. He wanted Troy, and for what they had, for whatever reason, and because he's a fucking warmonger, and it was just that was just the excuse, you know. Yeah. So in both movies, I love that they kind of look into like that aspect of it. I thought that was great.
I was talking to the homie Oz earlier about this, and I don't think a lot of people understand or realize that Nolan was originally going to make the 2004 Troy movie. That was going to be his baby.
Yeah. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. It would have been dope as hell.
Yeah, it would have been pretty damn cool.
We probably wouldn't have got Batman Begins.
We certainly wouldn't have, because Wolfgang Peterson was attached to do that Batman versus Superman that we were supposed to get back then. When that fell through, they instead took Troy back from Nolan and gave it back to Wolfgang.
I'll be honest, that's proof we're not in the darkest timeline, because I don't think I would have liked how that would have turned out.
Not saying I wanted that whatsoever. However, I did bring up a point of like, if Nolan did do Troy, and he's like, we wouldn't have got that trilogy. It was like, well, would we have gotten a trilogy for Troy?
Like a Troy, Iliad, Odyssey?
Yeah.
I mean, I love that 2004 movie, especially the director's cut is really, really good.
I actually never watched the director's cut. I just watched the straight from the theater.
It's like 45 more minutes. And it feels shorter. Like it's one of those director's cuts where it's like it feels better with the longer cut.
I need to watch that then.
For sure. It's a great movie. And like, would I have loved a sequel with Sean Bean as Odysseus, them doing the Odyssey, like bring the same, Wolfgang and all that back? Fuck yeah, I would have loved that. The cast in that movie was dope as hell too. Like in 2004, that was a who's who cast. Right. So I don't feel like there's this need to compare the two things. They're both takes on mostly, mythological fiction.
And see, that also brings up another point about one of the things we talked about earlier about people, being up in arms about, people of color and LGBTQ representation in this. It was literally written as fiction. Mythical fiction.
Hundreds of years after the time period as well.
Exactly. So, who's to say that they didn't have that those characters be that color? We don't know.
It'd be like
the sexuality or
It would be like saying that every Batman movie needs to take place in the 1930s, because that's when Batman was invented.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of that, we can talk about people being upset about the use of vernacular in this movie. I think, or the use of accents or lack thereof. I think that those are also cop-outs.
I will say that when I first heard the dialogue in the trailer, I didn't love it. Mm-hmm. But the cadence of it and how it's done in the film, the dialogue never took me out of it in the movie. Mm-hmm. Because they all speak it at this very interesting cadence that kind of tells you that it's something else. It's not just layman talk. Yeah. I don't really know how to explain that without you going to see the movie. That's as close as I can get it.
I get it, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like this, right? As a former Bible nerd, like, I have like this really interesting viewpoint about people's perspective on that as well, and about a lot of people think that people in the Bible spoke with the these and thous and whatnot, but they didn't. But when it was finally translated into English, that is the way that the people spoke then.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's not the way that people spoke back in Egypt or Jerusalem. Like, that's not, they didn't speak that same fucking language.
I mean, it's also just kind of like, trying to read a Shakespeare play. Like, it is definitely written in a more rhythmic and almost poem-like dialogue. And, like, you kind of had to learn how to read that and understand it. It's the same thing with, religious texts.
Well, yeah, and, like, the thing about religious texts is that people... Like, all these different manuscripts and whatnot, they were all brought together and the word Bible is literally Latin for a collection of books. And so all these manuscripts were brought together about 380 years after the death of Christ, and then they were compiled and made into, like what we have now as the Holy Bible. And
the omnibus.
The omnibus.
I'm just gonna wait for the omni.
God damn it! I'm just gonna wait for the omni to jump. What?
It's got better art.
Yeah, better artwork. Better mapping, Yeah. And Constantine, he decided to take some shit out. I don't like that. I'm a sun god, Yeah. We'll put this in here instead, Anyway, not to go down that rabbit hole, but the point I'm getting at is that the vernacular that was used in the Bible that we all know, even if you go by the original King James translation, that's not the way that people spoke, actually.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same thing with people's interpretation of, like, the Odyssey, for example. People watch who watch the trailer and dismiss it. They want the these and thous in the Old English because for some reason that's what they expect the characters to sound like.
Well, and to be perfectly honest, like I can't remember where I saw this, but I think it was like some sort of comedian, and he was talking about how, like, when someone creates a movie and they put in a cast of English actors, like it's all British. Mm-hmm. It's people digest that way easier than this guy was an Indian comedian, and he was talking about how it's like if someone delivered their lines with an Indian accent, it would not hit the same, and so like people like tend to gravitate towards that style. And like, don't get me wrong, I love accents. Like, ask these two, they're at my tables, and I will fuck around with accents all day long, giving them different NPCs. So, like, I get it. But at the same time, it shouldn't always be just that thing, that expectation.
Yeah. I guess my point is that people are complaining about accuracy.
Yeah.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that the thing that they want it to be is not accurate.
Right, yeah, and these same people couldn't point out Ithaca on a fucking map.
Right.
Like, here's this globe, point to where you think fucking Ithaca is. And I swear to God, none of them would get within 1,000 fucking miles of it.
Yeah.
They don't know.
Yeah. I mean, and also, and this goes back to, the existence of the gods in this movie is like a lot of things like from that time, the time period that this is supposedly comes from, is that people created these stories to help them understand all the things that were happening to them.
Right.
And so, like, this is strictly a story of a guy who told that story.
And it's such a big theme of the movie, too.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait till the second half till we can get into some of that.
Yeah. I think we're about ready.
Yeah, I think so. I guess we should just kind of talk about the pacing here. Mm-hmm. When you hear that this movie's 3 hours long, you might think, oh, there's going to be some lull in it. There fucking ain't. Mm-mm. It is breakneck for 3 solid hours. Opening credits to closing credits. That's
the only
it.
time you kind of get some breaks is when you are not with Odysseus, but even then, it's still like the plotting and scheming that is happening is still keeping your attention.
It's still engaging, right?
Yeah,
and that is true. You do notice like there is a shift between going from Odysseus to what's Tom Holland's character's name?
Telemachus? Is that right?
Yeah, Telemachus.
Telemachus.
Yeah. You do notice at first, but like especially on second viewing, I realized that okay, it's only for a second though that you feel like a slowdown, but then, like you said, the scheming starts to kick up, and his own plot starts to kick up more, and then you're right back engaged again. And so, yeah, I agree with you, Caleb. The pacing in this movie isn't really an issue, even though this thing is damn near 3 hours.
Yeah, like honestly, I didn't feel the 3 hours. Like,
well, and some things were cut short. Like if you guys are familiar with the Odyssey, you know that there were some things taken out or cut short.
Yeah, but when we get to the spoiler section, we will definitely get into that more in depth because there's definitely some scenes I wish there was more of.
Same thing.
Man, you still got me thinking about that. If we got that Nolan trilogy,
I mean, honestly, like who knows? Maybe this could be his kickoff. Like who knows?
Jason and the Argonauts.
Yeah,
that would be a hell of a trade-off, man. Trading off the Dark Knight trilogy for what would you call this trilogy?
The ancient Greek trilogy. I don't know.
The Greek tragedy trilogy.
The tragedy trilogy.
The Odysseus trilogy.
Yeah. Odyssey trilogy. Yeah. Anywho, I think we reached that point now where we're ready to.
Yeah, we'll score it, and then we'll fuck about, and then we'll get into the other section. This is the longest spoiler-free we've done on a film in a long-ass time.
Right. This is one of the longest films we reviewed.
That's true. Yeah, we could probably sit here and go for another hour if we really wanted to.
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I think our guest of honor goes first.
Yep.
Okay. So some of my gripes were honestly purely, my own personal hangups on certain techniques being used, especially around a bow. But everything else, like action-wise, the tone, the complete shifts of like genre and mid-movie, the score, I'm gonna go 9.5. And honestly, like, I might even argue 9.6. Like, I like, yeah, it's up there.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I absolutely adore this movie. I think that it's going to be hard to top this movie for me for a while. I do occasionally watch movies in the theater back to back multiple times.
Back to back.
Back to back. But I don't think I've ever watched a movie the same time that has this kind of runtime, like within a 12-hour span.
You pulled that in game that I pulled.
Yeah. And it was just tremendous both times. I could go on and on about other things I love about this movie, but it would just make it more condensed if I say my only real true gripes were some of the performances were just not as great as the others, but goddamn, the great performances were so elevated that you can't look away from it. And then the action scenes were absolutely peak, and the fight scenes were just good. And and that, if that's the worst thing that I have to say about a movie, then goddamn, like what am I really? I'm just looking for things to gripe about at that point.
Yeah.
I think that the Odyssey, it lives up to its tale of being an epic. Thankfully, the word epic has been something that has kind of died down in American vernacular over the past decade. But this,
and movie, honestly, arguably, this is the first epic.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Yeah, this is what
defined epic.
The word epic is a reference to this. Yeah.
Yeah. And this movie lives up to that reputation. I'm going to give the Odyssey a 9.7 out of 10.
Very nice. Very nice. I to just in line with what you guys have already said, I love this movie. You got to go see it. Do I think it's a theater experience? Yes. I do think that it will not lose some in translation, but I definitely think that this is a must-see movie on the biggest screen you can watch it on.
As Nolan intended.
Yeah, if you ain't got an IMAX near you, go to the biggest screen that you can watch it on. Mm-hmm. Do not wait for this to hit streaming. Number one, it's going to take forever. Number two, it's just not going to be the same at your house. I don't care if you got a 100-inch TV on your wall. It's just not going to be the same. I don't care what kind of setup you have.
Unless you have an IMAX theater in your house.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Brandon Sanderson. But I don't think his is IMAX, though. I think his is
a normal
he's
theater.
Just got a theater,
Poor people stuff.
Yeah, poor people shit. Yeah.
Type shit.
So, I definitely adore this movie. I think, like I said, you have to go see it. I got no issues with the pacing. I have issues with maybe a little bit of the acting and some of the the movie is definitely more thematic than it is wants you to care about the characters. Like, it, and I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. It's just it's a style choice. Yeah, I'm gonna land on a. I'm gonna go 9.3 out of 10.
And there you have it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so 3 9+ scores for the Odyssey. So if you guys haven't been convinced yet to go watch it, then damn, I don't know what else to tell you.
When the biggest detractor on the show gives it a 9.3, I mean, you just got to fuck right off and go watch it. And speaking of, if you haven't seen it, this is your cue to go watch it now. Because we're going to fuck around here for a bit, and then after that we're going to find out, and we're going to spoil everything. So
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. So I typically get really nervous when Caleb is really excited about a cold open that he has. So, thankfully the homie Oz presented an idea, and I was like, oh, thank goodness.
and I still got you.
I know.
With the M&Ms.
Which is so
I think that's why he did the M&Ms.
No, I wasn't thinking about that at all. I was like, oh man, we should try these on the podcast.
goddamn. But let's take it away. What you have for us?
Okay, so recently, Caleb and I, very recently for Caleb, but I've been getting more back into Magic the Gathering.
Fucking nerd.
Yeah, I know. I haven't played.
A button for that.
Yeah. I haven't played in years, but this is actually not really necessarily towards Magic the Gathering. It's just as a nerddom as a whole. Something that I noticed that even the homie Brendan brought up to me was that other pop culture references like comics, video games, stuff like that are getting moved into the Magic the Gathering world. Like there's a Final Fantasy set, there's a Marvel set. I think Spider-Man has his own set.
Damn.
Like their own decks and stuff like that. And
Rings,
like,
yeah.
So my question is, well, not really a question. It's just like, what are your guys' takes on other pop culture fandoms getting put into things like these types of games?
Well, so I think that when it's just like anything, right? When you take a look at a crossover of any kind, which is what this is.
Yeah, crossovers.
You have to look at it the same way that you look at an adaptation of, like, what was the intent beyond this? Like, was it a Rings of Power situation? Did someone go, we'd like to make a fuck ton of money. What do we have? Or did a creative go, you know what? I'd really like to make a trilogy of Lord of the Rings movies. We're going to write a treatment for it and shop it around to the studios and see if anybody will bite. And I think that that's, kind of a similar thing here where it's like, yeah, you're going to have some crossover stuff where it's like, Call of Duty did a fucking Kong versus Godzilla crossover. That's the most fun I've ever had on Call of Duty. Like, that fucking game mode was incredible because both of the kaijus would be on the map fighting while you were fighting. Like, it was like Warzone.
I mean, honestly,
did you ever play it?
I hate, I know I've gone on record saying I hate kaijus, but I think I would play that because, as long as I'm not actually having to fight the kaijus or be a kaiju fighting another kaiju, I'd be okay with that.
I guess my thing is, like, I'm looking too much into it. If I'm one of the soldiers, I'm like, why am I here?
Well, no, because like some of your call downs and shit would actually, you could get call downs that would enrage whichever kaiju that you were on the side of, and like they would start going crazy.
Yeah.
And then there was somewhere like you could throw a call down, and then like Godzilla would fucking hit his breath weapon on that area or whatever. And like it was just a cool game mode because like it just added this extra layer of like, oh shit, because you're dropping into the war zone and like fucking Kong and Godzilla are on the thing, and it was all of course a promotional tie into the movie. But it worked really well. Then on the opposite side of that, you can go check out our review for fucking the Ruby X Justice League or whatever, which I didn't watch it but I hear it was absolutely fucking terrible.
As a matter of fact, I feel like I can like FaceTime the homie Dylan right now and just ask him, Dylan, what you think about Justice League X Ruby Heroes and Huntsmen Parts 1 and Parts 2? That's the name of those crossovers. And I think he could probably take a deep breath and give us a 37-minute dissertation about why it's the worst thing ever.
Or you can go watch the review and you can get like an hour and a half dissertation.
Yeah, and it's only made slightly enjoyable for me to have sat through those movies because Dylan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Suicide Squad Isekai.
Right.
That was the other way around. I saw it.
I mean, Batman Ninja, dog. Like, but so like my viewpoint on it, it really just depends on what you're crossing over.
Yeah.
If it makes enough sense for me, like to me, and I'm mostly because that's what prompted the thought was Magic the Gathering is like Final Fantasy. I was okay with like getting brought in. But like to me, Marvel. I'm not saying that it doesn't belong there, and not that like I curse anybody who does like to play those types of decks. But personally, it would take me out of it. I like the fantasy aspect of what it was created on. I guess in a way, purist. But at the same time, like I'm not gonna dog someone for having one of those decks. It's just not for me. But as far as like you got Ninja Turtles and Batman when they did a crossover, I thought that was amazing.
Yes.
And like even like when Batman went on Scooby-Doo forever ago, that was an interesting crossover. Not something I ever wanted,
right?
Or needed. But it wasn't horrible.
When both things are owned by Hanna-Barbera, then it starts to make more sense.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
they did the Supernatural Scooby-Doo crossover. That made sense because
the
same show.
But I'm pretty sure
Scooby-Doo kids like, well, this shit is real?
Yeah. They're like, hey, what?
And then on top of that, it's like, wait a minute, y'all are going to kill him? We just pull off the mask.
Yeah.
I thought that was a very interesting topic, and honestly, most of it did actually come from Brendan, and then it made me start thinking about it more, and then I was like, you know what, that would be a great cold open. So, or well, in this case, a intermission spoiler intermission.
Yeah. So I guess with that being said, it would also be fun to take just maybe a couple minutes to let's talk about everyone's top 5 favorite Nolan films.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. Well, I kind of already did this.
You kind of did, yeah.
But so I'll go first. Number 1 for me is The Prestige. Obviously, I think it is probably the greatest movie ever made from several points of view. I don't think there's a wasted scene, a wasted second. It's incredibly engrossing. All the characters are super well done. Number 2 is Interstellar. On most days, that movie can bring me to tears. That's not a thing that most films can do, especially on repeat viewing. But that shit just gets me every goddamn time. I'm not saying I've never watched it without tearing up, but more often than not, it's just such a great movie, man. Like, how the fuck are you going to make a movie about a relationship between a father and his daughter, but also make it about fucking quantum physics?
Yeah.
Like, that's just, the skill level is just, it's next level. It's out of this world, you might say.
You're not going to go till I hit it.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So that's 1 and 2. Number 3, I'm going to go Batman Begins. The reason Batman Begins is the greatest Batman movie ever to me is that Batman is not in like the first 40 minutes of that movie. But you still love every second of it. You still can't take your eyes off of it. You're still just as caught up in what's happening before Batman shows up. And that tells you that the movie is incredible on its own and not just relying on an IP. And then when Batman does fucking show up, it's like, oh shit, that's Batman. And then
oh shit, that's Batman.
And if you're not sure, he even tells you.
Yeah, he goes, I'm Batman. When the part where Batman shows up, he goes, I'm Batman. So you can't even be confused about it. Love it. I'm gonna go number 4. I'm actually gonna go The Dark Knight. Enough said. Like, it's pure adrenaline. Batman versus Joker. If there's one single Batman versus Joker thing that you can put in front of somebody and just kind of explain what their relationship is, this is the movie for you. Would I prefer that you go read about 40 different comics and then show up on Dark Knight Returns? Absolutely. But you can do that later.
Yeah.
And then number 5, I'm going to slot the Odyssey in. Inception normally would get a spot here, but today this is the list. Odyssey number 5.
You You want to?
Sure. So as I said earlier, Odyssey has hit the top. I think it's more because it's a personal preference thing for me, and honestly, that's the way my list is gonna go. Is that obviously I'm very much into medieval style fantasy and or mythology and stuff like that. So obviously Odyssey with the constant being glued to the screen, number one. Number two would probably have to be Inception, and because of how creative that movie was for me. Like just seeing the diving into the the dreams and being able to mold it and stuff like that. That was insane to me. So that's number two. Number three will be Dark Knight. Like iconic, no real need to actually go into that. Like we know.
Yeah. We have reviewed pretty much all of these.
Pretty much, except for like Dunkirk.
Yeah, and we haven't done Prestige yet.
Which I actually still need to watch, so I can't. And Oppenheimer. Like, I missed the train on that one.
Oh, that's right. Fuck.
Yeah, because I wasn't with you guys.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it. No, Brendan was with you guys on that one.
Me and Ace watched Dunkirk on my couch one time, and I've never seen it again.
Same.
Oh, man.
That's the one time I saw it.
Yeah.
So, where am I at? 4 now?
Yep.
Batman Begins. Like Caleb said, just a great fucking movie, and the fact that it kick-started this whole trilogy was just astronomical, and also it gave us a villain we hadn't seen on the big screen at that time. Getting Scarecrow was just...
And Ra's al Ghul.
And Ra's.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Ra's. And
I'm sorry,
Scarecrow. I was like, well,
no, honestly, I like the more... don't get me wrong, the big bads are awesome, but, I like the smaller guys, the ones... That's why Clayface is probably still one of my favorite villains of all time, is because he's not this fucking... Lex Luthor level fucking jackass. He's just Clayface.
The Batman animated series did a Scarecrow fight that was kind of on the level with the Mysterio Spider-Man fight.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. And ever since I saw that Mysterio and Spider-Man fight, I was like, I would love to see a Scarecrow version of this.
Right. But I also would like to see what Batman is doing in real time
while it's happening. Yeah.
Right? He's tripping balls.
He's beating the shit out of random civilians.
And number 5 will have to be Prestige.
Oh. Yeah.
The total mindfuck of that, and also I've always liked that setting. The 18.
It's like Victorian era, right?
Yeah, Victorians. I like steampunk. I like Gothic style films. Frankenstein, especially that new one that just came out. Always been on that list of good time periods for me. So definitely Prestige is number 5 for me.
Yeah, one thing that's been a common through line is Christopher Nolan just has an extreme eye for talent, and it's almost not fair to say that when you just get the best people. But just thinking about Prestige, getting both Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale in their prime.
Yes,
I mean, good grief.
I mean, I want to say, and this I might be remembering this wrong, but while I'd heard of Christian Bale before, until the Batman Begins, I did not know Christian Bale. Yeah. So that I heard of the name, but I didn't know what he did.
So you haven't seen The Machinist or at the time it would have been American Psycho.
I went back later to watch American Psycho. That's a fucked up movie. All kinds of crazy shit in that. But I never watched any of his earlier works until that movie.
All right, well, really quick for me, the top 5 would be, as I already discussed, number 1 is The Dark Knight. No more need to be said. Number 2, The Odyssey. I just feel like everything is just so kicked up. Christopher Nolan, he can't help but to make something amazing, but he just, I don't know how he did it, but he somehow, I'm convinced he found a real goddamn Cyclops. And
that wasn't no damn puppet.
Yeah. and paid his ugly ass in sheep, and the Cyclops said, bet. And everybody just signed NDAs.
They had the sheep signing.
Yeah. Number 3, I am going to go with The Prestige. I think that, don't get me wrong, this isn't a low-budget movie by any stretch, but if you look at Nolan's filmography at that time, they liked them, but they were, like, okay, we're giving you this because of what you did with Batman, like, good job, and so we'll let you, take it away with this. And he just blew everybody away with that movie. Mm-hmm. I mean, what a goddamn story he's telling with an amazing cast. That's number 3. Number 4, I'm gonna go Interstellar. This is kind of like the movie that just blows your mind away. Like, it's just so goddamn.
It's very good.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I think that multiple viewings of Interstellar is necessary.
In the theater, too.
Yeah, in theater. Goddamn, please watch it in theater. It's not going to be... It's kind of like the Odyssey, where it won't be the same if you watch it, especially for the first time in your
And maybe
home.
that's why it's not even... It's my number 6, but that's probably why it's so low for me, is because I never saw it in theaters. I only ever saw it at home.
Yeah, it's one of those movies, if you haven't seen it in theaters, you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
It kind of is. And then number 5, this was a real back and forth battle here, but I got to put Batman Begins here. And a lot of it does have to do with my superhero bias, but I do think that this does tie with being the best superhero origin movie ever. It ties with Iron Man 1 for me in terms of best superhero origin. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, please name a better superhero origin movie than Iron Man 1 or Batman Begins.
Green Lantern. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
But my number 6 would have been Inception.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at too. Is like, Inception's not on my list, but it's an easy number 6. Mm-hmm. And that's not to say that he doesn't have other great movies. Like, I liked Oppenheimer. I've seen it twice. I don't know if I'll watch it again anytime soon. I might watch it again 5-6 years, maybe one day. I'll just
or whenever I decide to watch it.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh man, you know what? You got 3 hours. All right, man. Because I'm gonna tell you, that movie's 3 hours. And you're gonna feel that it's 3 hours. And it's not that it's bad. It's just that
it's one of those slow builds.
It's about nuclear physics. Like, occasionally Florence Pugh is gonna show up naked and explain nuclear physics to you, and you'll go, "Oh, I would have got it before now." And then that's all you got. But it's a great movie. It's more of a study, really, I think, than anything. And that is very heavily historically based. Mm-hmm. I don't dislike Dark Knight Rises. It's just not in the category of some of this other stuff.
Well, it's the same thing with have you seen Tenet?
I have not, actually. So, there's a handful of movies that I haven't seen of his.
We've seen it multiple times, and we couldn't spoil it for you if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Really?
I'll never forget watching the movie with Kevin, and then we sat down to do the review, and I opened with, all right, homies, as you guys know, the first half is spoiler-free, second half is spoiler-filled, but I'll be honest, I don't think I understand this movie enough to spoil it.
Yeah. I've seen it twice, and I can't tell you what happens. I can tell you that John David Washington and Robert Pattinson are fucking awesome in it.
Yes.
And then that's not really all I got, man.
And also, I might have to walk back something. Tenet might have. I think Tenet actually has the best
action,
fight scene.
The fight scenes, yes.
That no one's ever done.
He does the action and fight scenes in that movie are fucking awesome.
Right.
I will definitely give that a look and see if I can make sense of the chaos.
And I think that Dunkirk is a great movie. Mm-hmm. I'm just not super interested in what it is. Because, parts of Dunkirk are boring. I don't, I like Memento.
Oh, honestly, I forgot he even made that movie.
Yeah.
I remember watching Memento when I was still working at the video store, and I'm like, what is this fucking movie, man?
Yeah. And Insomnia, I don't really care for, but I also don't hate it. But it's just not that great, and he didn't even write that. It's actually just I think he got paid to adapt. It's a foreign language film, and a studio just paid him because he wasn't a big name yet.
Yeah,
and he just needed to work, and they paid him to adapt it.
I got you.
And they were like, "You can get Al Pacino," and he was like, "Cool, okay." And we're actually going to throw in Robin Williams on top of that.
Oh shit!
Yeah. When the biggest movie you have made is Memento, mm-hmm. and then you get to work with Al Pacino and Robin Williams, it's like, fuck yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah. Well, I think we've moseyed long enough.
Yes.
So if you guys are still here, then that means that you are A-okay with spoilers for this old ass story.
Yeah. and once again, really the spoilers for this movie aren't the things that happen.
Yeah.
It's the way that they're
presented.
That they're presented and contextualized. You know, early on, like kind of one of the themes that the movie presents to you, and this runs throughout the movie's entire runtime, is that there is no instance really here where the gods kind of show up and do things. It's actually just laid out for you that that's what the characters in the movie assume. Like, Poseidon doesn't show up and go, "Fuck your boat, Odysseus," but like the soldiers are convinced that they've offended Poseidon somehow. Yep. And that's why they end up in all these storms and things like that. And that's like what the people at the time would have tried to explain it away as.
Exactly.
We have angered the gods.
It's no different from today. And I say this like with all due respect to people of various religions, but something happens, whether it be good or bad, and this, it can be interpreted as like a religious experience or, or a lesson to be learned from, the, whatever God that you may worship or believe in. And it's the same thing here with the Odyssey.
Yeah, and again, it's just all people. Honestly, it's all a coping mechanism of figuring out how to make sense of this crazy ass world that we live in with things that make sense to us.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's no different than today. Where like, let's just say that you almost drowned, okay, and then like you make it out, and somebody's like, "Oh man, God was really looking out for you today." Okay, well, someone drowned today. He wasn't looking out for them. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah. And it's the same thing here, where it's just like, all right, well, like they had a very, awful trip home as far as like the way that the ocean was, and Odysseus is like, well, the men are convinced that we've offended Poseidon,
Pretty much, and then like on the flip side, with like whether it be like today's modern religion or even like those guys back then, I'm like, shit, maybe,
yeah, maybe.
Fucking maybe.
Maybe you did, dog.
I don't know. I don't have all the answers.
Yeah. It's like
power of belief, man.
Yeah.
It's like
strong as hell.
It's like you guys are actually the ones saying you have all the answers. I'm actually just admitting that I don't have them.
Yeah.
I can't say that you're wrong. I'm just saying that you seem real fucking sure about it.
Right.
You must have some information that I don't have.
Absolutely.
Because I'm not sure.
And I am saying I might be, and I don't want to test anything out there because I don't know what's in the unknown, but I might be a little bit more inclined to agree with you if I also saw a Cyclops eat my friends.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be like, Odysseus, dog, I think you did piss him off, actually. I don't know who, but this shit ain't never happened when we was in Ithaca.
Yeah. There are actually 0 Cyclops sightings out there where I'm from. So, all right, spoilers, man. It's like you said, Caleb. In terms of like the actual happenings, there really is nothing to spoil that hasn't been around for 3,000 years. Mm-hmm. It's in terms of the interpretation of these things. Like, for example, I've always interpreted the Trojan horse thing to be like this brilliant move of military excellence that was just this good thing for them.
Right.
I never interpreted it as like, in a similar way, kind of like to Oppenheimer, where like, I build this thing that caused so much destruction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, like it coined the like there's a whole phrase that we use now. It's like it's the like a Trojan horse, that trick that
And was I the only one surprised? Like I ain't seen not one condom. And
God damn it!
God damn it!
Son of a bitch.
Well, that's the thing about the brand, right? It's like you got that, so it's safe to go in. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's safe to let it on in because you got the truth.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they finished the story.
Clearly they didn't because
by then you're in the motion of the ocean.
Because if you continue that metaphor, that's called stealthing, and that's illegal.
Well, I mean, sometimes the Trojan breaks open and your Greeks spill out.
And they break them walls down.
And then you got a whole new problem.
That's going to be a great clip later.
But to reel us back in, there's so many great themes in this. Like, we talk about Zendaya a little bit more here. Like, throughout the story, we're given from Odysseus' view that Athena is visiting him. And some of the things that Athena says to him are like really remarkable and kind of go back to the grounded nature of this movie, where he's like, how come the gods don't just speak to us in plain tongues? And she's like, who doesn't understand thunder or pain or joy, you know?
Such a powerful line. Yeah. I love that line.
Yeah, and it was such a great way to contextualize it, both for it to explain to the audience like the way that Nolan was approaching this, and also to explain to the character like as far as what was happening. So like it just served such a great purpose. And of course we find out later on in the movie that this is not actually Athena anyway. This is literally, you know, PTSD from the war.
100%, like a guilt ghost.
To be fair, it could also be interpreted as Athena assuming the form of something that he's very guilty of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And she was a priestess at the Athena temple, and when the head of the Athena statue was cut off, at the same time that she was, and so he related those things in his mind, and like that girl, you know, that was what the relationship was in his head. Is like this girl represented them desecrating the temple of Athena in the process of them carrying out this heinous act. It could also be interpreted as well as, you know, Zeus's law is such a big part of the movie, and the whole theory behind Zeus's law is that you should always treat your strangers well, you know, that they should be welcome in your home, and should be a guest.
Because you never know who's going to be a god.
Yeah, you don't know if they're going to be a god in disguise. And like, sort of, so Odysseus is thinking, oh shit, we killed someone who was actually Athena. Like, that's how he's contextualizing it early on.
And it boils down to my point from previous before, is like our minds coming up with ways to explain things we don't understand.
Yeah. Or, like I also said, could have just been Athena.
Yeah,
it could have just been Athena.
But and I love that, like, it's interpreted this way though.
Yeah.
Yes. And that you have like these different ways to view it, and that's what I really love about it, is that you have options. But with that being said, I snigger because it's like, man, this is like the most intense episode of Undercover Boss. If like it's a goddamn god in disguise, like shit.
Yeah, right.
And I will say too, like the whole idea of like the Trojan War being so central to this, I really loved it because it's the catalyst, right, for all of it. And going into this, I wasn't sure how much of the Trojan War we were even going to see. Like, we see the horse on the beach, and like that's how the movie opens. And I was like, oh shit, you know, are we going to get all of this? Obviously, it's a Nolan movie, so it's not linear. He's definitely known for nonlinear storytelling. But in the actual in the 2004 Troy movie, it's kind of framed like the Trojans were kind of dumb, you know. It's like, those morons, they fell for this shit. Whereas in this, they both show, number one, how awful it would have been to be inside that fucking horse.
Which we've never really seen that perspective, have we?
No. Because I think the most we've seen for something like that is like from that movie.
And it had wheels on it and all this other shit.
Yeah.
Like,
they had to drag this big bitch.
Oh, yeah. And like honestly, I love the way he did it there, where it was like, yeah, they built it on the beach, but tides are a thing. And it started making it sink and start like twist, and it was like, oh shit, like the people in the bottom of this fucking horse are gonna fucking drown.
Yeah, because they had it packed full, so it wasn't like they could just pull you up. No. That shit would have been absolutely fucking miserable to be in there.
Oh god, yeah, because like God knows how long it was gonna take them to actually come get the fucking thing.
Yeah, I think they said it was 2 days, right?
I think so. Was it 2 or 3 days? Yeah.
Yeah, if it was me, man, I'd have been like, let's wait a week.
Yeah.
And then y'all just would have died. Like,
yeah, not a fun time. Not a fun time at all. I just can imagine being in there, quiet, suffering, miserable, and then you're like, man, who farted?
And then
who shit?
Oh yeah, exactly, who shit. And then to be the dude when they drag it in, and like the guy that got stabbed.
Yeah.
And like they just like quickly like wiped the sword clean, which was brilliant.
And cover his mouth. God,
that was amazing.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I was waiting for that moment. Like I was actually kind of hoping that would happen. So the scene I was talking about with Elliot Page was the very opening scene is Elliot Page getting stabbed to death, trying to say this is a gift from Athena.
Yep.
And they just Trojan said "fuck you" and yank. And like honestly, I felt like that's where it should have happened, but then it happens later, like someone getting stabbed, and like they're like, "Shut the fuck up."
It would suck to be that guy.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
It's like you spent the last 2 days of your life waiting in this fucking thing, and then you got fucking stabbed, and then they just like hold you down and watch you die.
Yeah, it really would have sucked if like, the Trojans just were like, oh well, we'll just burn this as an effigy to Athena.
Yeah.
they're like, is that horse screaming?
Well, in the 04 movie, I think that's actually what they wanted to do, right? That's Hector wanted to burn it, and he was like, "Yep, we should take it to the temple and burn it." Yeah.
I mean, that would have sucked.
Let's talk about some things that maybe the movie either took out or shortened some. So the Cyclops scene, amazing scene in this movie.
Oh yeah,
but they changed some things for this.
Oh yeah, and like I was talking about earlier with the genre switch, this is definitely megalophobia at its fucking finest.
I'm sorry, is what?
Megalophobia. It's a fear of large things. Like
I ain't afraid of my dick.
I should tell you something.
All right, John Bernthal. Let me tell you something.
But like the whole like intro to this fucking thing was amazing, and like also the deformity of it. Like I loved his take on this. Like don't get me wrong, the traditional Cyclops is just a really large giant with a disc-sized eye in the center, relatively. I'm not going to say intelligent, but like has more intelligence than this thing seemed to have.
Shoots an optic blast.
I mean, he was intelligent enough to herd sheep.
That's true.
And he actually spoke more in the original poem.
Yeah.
But like seeing this fucking grotesque monster horror version of a Cyclops was. I always love new takes on already existing things, like like vampires, werewolves. I love seeing new things like this being retold by someone else's perspective. So I felt it was great.
Yeah, he was smart enough to herd sheep, but not smart enough to cook his meat before he eats it.
Well,
I mean, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's like an apple to them.
Yeah. He ain't like the helmets, though. He spit them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get caught in your teeth.
But, of course, like, we didn't, get the famous scene, who did this to me, or
right,
Odysseus introducing himself as nobody.
Nobody, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so that was interesting that Nolan opted to not go that route, but instead it was just more of an idea.
Well, honestly, I think that's where that grounded nature comes from. It's because like in mythology, these are fucking monstrous beasts, and while, yes, it does speak a little bit in this movie, it was not presented as a talking creature. And honestly, it makes it more whimsical if it does talk and has a merriment with them, because they do share a drink when he tells him what his name is in the original poem. So
yeah, he gives him the wine as like a peace offering.
Exactly. So like it made it a little more whimsical from the poem's perspective. But that is definitely the more grounded nature that Nolan brought to this, is the fact that he made it more of a horrible monstrosity than rather just a creature that was a byproduct of Poseidon and a water nymph.
One of them had to be ugly as sin to make that thing.
Yeah,
hold on, I gotta look that up. Go ahead.
The Cyclops was absolutely creepy. I think a lot of people now are actually calling for Nolan to make a horror film.
Yes.
Which would be terrifying, because it's going to be psychological horror as well. I mean, to some people, Interstellar is a horror film. Like,
I mean, I think just like, fuck Oz, what's the name of the fear of space? I feel like that's definitely a thing.
I mean, it's fear of the void, basically.
Yeah,
man,
I ain't afraid of the century.
Well, Century is afraid of the void, so you should probably be. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I think they cut this scene a little short so they could give Cersei more time. Because out of
Cersei
the
wasn't in the original movie. I'm sorry, not the original, but the old school movie, was she?
not that I recall.
Actually, I think so, but it was done a little differently. I mean, it was very much Willow-like.
Yeah, I thought they combined Calypso and Cersei into
I think they did. It's been forever since I saw that in that movie.
Me too. Yeah, I mean, obviously, the first couple of these have a running theme here, where it's like, we get off the boat, we're gonna go. Oh no, let's get back to the boat right now.
Yeah. Like honestly, I don't ever want to get off the boat. Like it's just we just get enough wood to make some fishing poles, and we'll fish while we're out here.
Right. We'll figure it the fuck out, but
we can build a little fire pit on the deck and boil our water. We got this. We don't need that.
So, like, what was the second island they went to in the movie? The island of the giant?
The giants.
The cannibal giants.
Yeah.
And that's where one of the biggest, I think, differences that one of the changes he made is instead of just making them just giants that, eat people, he added fucking plate mail armor to these fucking things.
And
which
they were
honestly,
fast, too.
Oh, yeah. And, also the forest fought with them.
Yeah, like the trees would move and block people in and fucked up.
And then the giants would just walk up and just kind of shank him in the cage. Like, what the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, they were nuts. They better hope that those giants never leave that island.
Yeah.
Because if I remember correctly, the poem went that the cannibal the cannibal giants were actually tossing rocks at them through it while they were sailing through the canal, and that's they actually lost most of their ships during that. So I think all but one.
And that's what happens here too.
Yeah.
They basically hack the other two ships to pieces.
Yeah. Well, at this point in the poem, though, I think he had 10 ships, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Shit.
And then all but one survived.
God damn.
Died. Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
Yeah, those guys were nuts, and it's also crazy to think because I actually heard Tom Holland, I believe, talking about this scene, and he said that he actually visited on the day of shoot, and he was watching this. He was watching it being shot, and he was like, "I don't understand how those guys aren't giants. I don't," because he was obviously from Spider-Man and whatnot. He's used to certain things when he's but when he saw this, he was like, I don't understand how we're gonna make this giants. And then he saw the movie and he was like, oh shit, they're giant.
So yes, I'm assuming Nolan used a more practical shooting style, kind of how they did with Gandalf and the Hobbits.
Had to have been.
Yeah, where just a shot at a correct angle in a certain lens or whatever.
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah, they were big and angry. I would have definitely got the fuck away from there too.
Yes, sir.
Another big change from the poem, we talked about this a little bit earlier, is Helen, how in the poem they don't really hint at an ulterior motive for Agamemnon, and whereas here it's Helen explains it like the war was fought in my name, but it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, and honestly, I made that joke earlier, but ultimately, that's usually why wars start, is because of shit like that. They may say it's this, but there's always the real reason.
Yeah.
Actually.
Let's see what else we got here. I want some of that lotus flower.
It did look rather appetizing, which honestly, for a flower, that's saying something.
That shit sounds like a fun weekend.
Fuck yeah, no.
Yeah, until you realize you've been there for 7 years.
Right. Man, I'm late for work.
Yeah. I'm really late. Another thing that's kind of changed from the epic too, is that the entire journey is recontextualized as the soldiers' metaphorical journey home. It's really about PTSD and being able to get back to a sense of normal that so many people that go to war find themselves in.
Because they really touch on why, yes, Odysseus is trying to get home, but ultimately he doesn't want to.
Yeah, he wasn't ready.
Yeah, he wasn't ready to.
Exactly. And, obviously in a modern sense, you just get on the plane and go home. but are you real? Like the guy that left is not the one that returned.
Yeah.
And it's like a very powerful thematic message for today's times, where we have such an understanding of like combat PTSD.
Yeah, and going into the Hell Island.
Yeah.
Oh man, like that was one of the most powerful scenes in the movie for me. Like when he actually like he has to confront all these dead soldiers. Most of them are his.
Yep.
But and of course the scene with Elliot Page's character, I cannot remember. Sinan. Yeah. That was great. Like, and it really added to the tension towards the end of the movie. But like what I loved the most was Agamemnon's moment, which does actually happen in the because I went back and did some research, and Agamemnon is actually dead, and it does say that he died after he got home.
Yeah,
and like one of the things that he says is this don't go back expecting fanfare, go back and assess, and I'm like that is very fucking smart, especially for that time period. Like that would like. There's definitely people trying to get your shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the king. Guess what?
Yeah,
someone's fighting for it. Yeah.
Yeah, because how many suitors were there?
A bunch.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Like 40, 50, more than that. I don't know.
Yeah.
The thing too with that, like, I didn't love the hell scene. I didn't really talk about this in the first half, but like took off a couple points for me. I loved Elliot Page in that scene, but it's the only part of that scene I really liked. I did like the Agamemnon stuff too, but
how do you contextualize that into something that's, how do you explain this logically?
And that's part of the movie that's not grounded, right?
Yeah.
And it is supernatural. Yeah. And I actually thought that they should have kicked the presentation of hell up significantly. I don't need somebody to be there with a pitchfork and fire and brimstone and all that shit. But, like, for them to, at minimum, show, like, the river Styx, do a little more with it.
Like, honestly, like, what I would have liked to seen, instead of them just washing up on a beach, like, have them go down a channel, and it almost like they're riding the river Styx.
Right.
That would have been cool for me.
Yes.
Yeah, it's one of those things, and perhaps, obviously, besides, the Cyclops, which can just be deformed animals and or people shit, like, okay, that's whatever. But like them actually going to hell, like either lean all the way into it or make us question it.
Right.
And I
it did kind of feel kind of a little halfway.
Yeah. And I don't know, maybe there's something that like we're all missing, and Nolan is playing some weird 4D chess we're not thinking of.
Fair.
Or it was something that Nolan maybe didn't have the time or didn't really know how to properly tackle, but knew he had to.
Right.
Yes.
Because those are very pivotal moments for Odysseus.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't envy the actors in that scene though.
Oh yeah, no.
Because like
stunt people.
they actually did bury them.
God.
And like apparently, I saw this interview with Matt Damon, and he was talking about how an inch of dirt is all it took between not being able to move and dying,
get up,
and just getting up.
Jeez.
That is insane.
Right.
Me. That is insane. So all these movies where people are crawling out of a grave, bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That scene is very pivotal, but at the same time, I do understand and even agree to a point where like it could have been done, I think, a little bit differently for it to fit the rest of the themes of the movie.
And like you said, if they leaned into it a little bit more, and like we did get that, like them riding the river Styx, I think it would have been cool as fuck to actually almost not go the full Hercules cartoon where there's green glowing things, but like having like almost like Lord of the Rings when they go to the that bog where like you see the faces and they actually come up and then they talk.
Yeah,
that would have been kind of cool to me.
Yes.
Yeah, and in terms of doing it in a way that fits the rest of the movie, whereas it can be interpreted as this is just the way that I'm viewing this thing. I guess the reason why he couldn't do that is how would he have known that Agamemnon died?
Right.
There is no logical way that he would have known
Well, I mean, there's clearly supernatural stuff at work in this movie.
For sure.
I mean, the Cersei stuff. I mean,
oh my god, straight up like fucking animal body horror.
It was
that
insane.
shit. Oh my god, like
Right.
seeing her pulling people's faces, like extending them. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, she's using magic. I mean, that fucking thing that came out the cliff.
Yeah.
Like that. You know.
So like, I actually had a hard time remembering that part, like from the original movie and the.
That was in there, if I remember correctly.
It is, but the creature, the way Nolan did it versus what it's supposed to be, it's more closer to a Hydra.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so like that's why I don't think it clicked in my brain of what that was, and it's fucking wild.
That's right, because it was a 6-headed Hydra, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a six-headed snake creature. But yeah.
Well, and you know, if you want to look at it like from a purely grounded sense of like what these people would have encountered, it could have been like a giant squid.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
And also Kratos.
But it looked more rock to me.
Kratos.
Well, I mean, like
the Hydra. So
I mean, like what it would have happened in real life to make them say we came in contact with this monster. You know what I mean?
That's fair. Yeah.
Because the thing that came out the cliff in the movie was just some crazy ass cliff monster.
Yeah, it looked like it was like something straight out of fucking E33.
Yeah, yeah, the smoke monster from fucking Lost. You know?
jeez, Galactus.
Yeah,
Fucking the mind flare from Stranger Things. Just
yeah, the poop Galactus though.
a little bit about that scene though is that they actually had rigs to snatch people off the boat.
Yeah,
God damn.
Like that's like that's so insane to me.
Right.
Like
the
that's
whirlpool was real too.
Yeah, like so yeah, they used jet skis to get a I think it was like 6 jet skis going in a circle to get the semblance of where it should be, and then they used the CGI to like expand it and make it bigger. But yeah,
Sheesh.
that's so cool to me.
It really is. Just crazy dedication to that kind of craft. Yeah, the Cersei stuff, like we mentioned, that's more horror elements in this movie.
Yeah, it's super horror, man. Oh my god.
I think in the original poem, like they stayed there for like a year.
Yeah, because like if I'm not mistaken, like they go off and like I think Odysseus just goes looking for them because like it was him and one other dude like manning the boat.
Yeah,
and then they go off and he can't find them.
you know, I think after. Yeah, you know what? Exactly after the Cyclops incidents, I'm gonna be the guy who always says, "I'll man the boat."
Yeah, every time. Yeah, I'll stay at the boat.
Yeah, I'll stay right here.
Yeah. I'll be waiting on you guys. Yep. Meanwhile, I'm like, they got like 10 hours before I'm dipping.
Yeah, before I'm Audi 5000.
Let's see. Yeah, so when they go to like Apollo's Island or whatever, and they got the cows, and they're like, "Hey, man, we ain't gonna eat these."
Oh
cows.
yeah,
We ain't
the
eat these
sun
cows."
god's cattle.
Like, you pinky promised me that you won't eat these cows. Yes.
Yeah,
Come on.
of course we do.
Yeah.
And like, I do actually love the fact how they presented why they couldn't leave.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they could have tried to row, but they would have exhausted themselves too much because the wind was against them, and that's that supernatural element that the wind is always pushing them back towards the, the shore.
Yeah, and if you ain't got no protein in your system, you can't be rowing crew.
Right. And man, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, like it's like they were being tempted by the gods. You know, like I'm supposed to watch this fine ass cow walk by me every day.
Oh yeah, and there was like a whole herd of cows on the fucking beach.
Yeah,
Right.
and you starving.
Yeah.
Yeah, starving.
And you're like, man, we just need one.
Yeah.
We don't need a bunch of them. We just need one cow.
Well, they got one.
They did,
And then they got.
and that was their
Got.
final meal. I'll be honest, that way that last storm went looked awful.
Ooh, man. Yeah, like the only thing that made me shiver more was the fucking castaway raft that Matt Damon built.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That shit. I'm like, why even have a raft?
Yeah, at that point, just start swimming.
yeah.
There was no raft. You were literally just laying on a piece of driftwood.
Right. It started as driftwood, and then it just fell apart.
It was just like old pieces of his ship, basically.
Yeah. I probably would have took some of that Lotus flower for the road, but hey.
Right? I don't know, man. I don't want to be on that raft and forget where I came from.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat it on the
raft.
Yeah.
You want to when you get back home,
right?
Yeah, you
want to give yourself a stranger. And,
Yeah. It's like you are somebody. Jesus Christ. Oh man. But yeah, then once he gets back, we get the late third act shenanigans, which were also great. Mm. And this is kind of where we get action Odysseus.
Yeah.
So I guess we do it. I know we talked about the suitors a little bit, but we do need to kind of backtrack a little throughout this to really get behind, get the understanding of Telemachus and Robert Pattinson's character. I can't remember his fucking name.
Start with an asshole, something like that.
Yeah, asshole.
It's like Aegeus or something like that.
Something like that.
I got it right here. It's actually, yeah, no, they don't have his name in here.
Oh, here it is. Antinous.
Antinous. Like you get these scenes where and this is where they actually really get the Zeus's law. We get a lot more of the understanding of what that means. Yeah. Is when you're at home with Telemachus, Penelope, and all these fucking suitors, where they're also letting in all these strangers because they don't know if they're gods, so they're gonna treat them like family. But clearly, what was his name again?
Antinous.
Antinous. Clearly, he don't give a fuck about Zeus's law.
Nah. Yep.
But he's a little more schemy than his little friend. They proceed to start, torturing the blind dude, the other mentor.
Yeah.
John Leguizamo.
Right.
Being horrible to that's another thing. Trigger warning for those who have issues with animal cruelty. There is quite a bit of that in this movie.
I was sitting right next to Brendan when that dog got yeeted. This shit ain't funny, y'all. I stopped laughing. God damn.
But see all right, so there's this scene with John Leguizamo, early, young, when he's talking with Odysseus, a super flashback, and he's looking for dogs. He's looking through the dogs, seeing the runs of the litters and stuff like that. He just tosses one off a fucking cliff.
So nonchalantly.
Yeah. I honestly didn't know the dog went off a cliff. I thought it just went over somewhere else.
Yeah,
and then I'm like, wait a minute, that's a cliff side. Yeah. He just...
He was like, yeah, we don't need this one. Anyway.
It's about to throw the main mutt out. And then this is like, wait, stop.
I'm going to take that dog.
Yeah, Eumaeus is his name.
Eumaeus. Then we also get that scene of the infamous hunt scene that really pissed me off. And again, Odysseus is known for being a very good archer.
Matt Damon is not.
Matt Damon is definitely not. And I don't know if Christopher Nolan even knows really the first thing about archery, but the stealth shot that most video games give you was better put together than this.
Oh, no.
It was dumb. Yes, in video games, crouching down, shooting down like this. But see, here's the thing. My head still turns down the bow. He doesn't do that once. It's this. It's a hip fire with a fucking arrow that you're trying to shoot a fucking boar to kill them.
Yeah.
For hunting. Not for, just archery contest. Doing trick shots. No. That is a fucking kill that you're trying to get, and this is not going to do it. Which it doesn't.
Yeah.
The boar gets
That's true.
It shoots him in the face.
Yeah.
Somehow. But it still lives and attacks his ankle.
Because he's just that good.
Odysseus, yes. Matt Damon, no.
Yeah.
But the messed up part is later in some of the action scenes where you actually see archers, they're actually shooting correctly, and I'm like, where did they go wrong here?
Yeah. Again, the only thing I can think of is that they didn't want the actor's face to be covered up or obstructed.
Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Hunger Games, archers that actually you pull it up where they need to go.
Jason Bourne uses a gun, dog. He don't know.
Yeah.
But I ain't ever seen him shoot it from the hip either.
He probably.
Well, the way
I only watched The Bourne Identity, so
the way the action is shot, you can't tell.
Yeah, that's true. They kind of actually made it kind of their style, though. You know, like it just kind of works in those movies. I don't love it, but it just kind of works as opposed to like Taken, where it's like someone punches at Liam Neeson and like there's a cut and he dodges it, and then there's a cut and then he has him in a figure four, and you're like, what?
I don't think that the Bourne action is much better. I'm like, y'all might as well not even had a fight scene here. Like, we could just like fast forward to after the fight. You're like, man, that was rough. And then
there was a better fight scene in the Universal show that we went and seen.
Yo, that Universal show is amazing.
It is fucking dope.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, like that is like the best live stunt show I've ever seen.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get to the scene where Odysseus, he's reunited with this kid, and he was like, man, damn, that line at the gas station was long as hell.
Well, actually, he doesn't reveal that he's
I know.
his dad just yet, but at the same time,
Yeah, he's like, man, I went for milk and cigarettes, man. Shit, that line was crazy.
My bad, dog.
Yeah, how you been?
My bad, dog.
How you been with, man?
You get some of that.
How your mama doing?
She mad?
She mad. She mad.
They I mean they're not gonna Antinous and co are not gonna let Telemachus return home, because obviously like either it's gonna get confirmed that Odysseus is dead and he's gonna become the king automatically, or they're actually gonna get what they want and get to marry Penelope, and then he's gonna be a threat to their heir.
Penelope, a crafty bitch though.
Yeah.
Like, I actually forgot what story that situation was from, where she's like doing the burial shroud with a loom, and then she every day she does it. I actually forgot what that was from, and then I was like, "Son of a bitch, it's this." Okay, cool. I remembered that now.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, long story, a little less long. They get to the point where Odysseus, he's disguised himself as an old man. He kind of is, but
He is an old man.
Yeah. And Telemachus doesn't really discover that that's his dad until the scene with the dog.
Which, the whole plot point with that is like, it's almost like the dog is waiting to see his master return.
Yeah.
And then when he finally does, Odysseus acknowledges the dog. That's when the dog dies.
Yeah. The dog was like 20 years old.
Yeah,
which is insane for a dog.
That's an old ass dog.
Yeah.
Like, God damn, that dog is like, can you please throw me off the cliff like you did my brother?
Yeah, like I still remember that.
Either that or like somebody go find Odysseus, please.
Yeah. And then throw me off the cliff.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I did not know that stuff was going to be in the movie, man, and like I was like,
oh yeah,
I'm not going to look at Brendan.
I know the homie Lauren would have a very hard time watching this movie, because like not only is there the dog cruelty, but there's also a lot of animal sacrifices. They slit some throats of some goats, and they don't mince that one. They did. So
hey man, you gotta eat.
I mean,
it's like that that chart of like, where's the line at for you?
Yeah.
It's like, it's about here.
I see it's about here, and the line is like right next to a picture of me. Like, yeah, so they do come up with a really intricate plan here, because they know that it has to be done in a certain way in order to get rid of these suitors in a way that is okay with Zeus's law, and also a way that the good guys live.
Yeah.
So they do come up with this plan, and it, for the most part, works pretty well. So, long story short, Penelope she sets up the whole station thing where you get to attempt to string Odysseus' bow, and then shoot it through the axis to hit the target. Forget the second step. Nobody can complete the first step.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's actually a trick. So I've strung mini bows. I mainly use English longbows. So I'm used to you actually step through and then use your elbow, lean into it. There's actually a step. I understand that's movie magic, that they needed people to be ignorant on that. But even Matt Damon didn't do it right. And it kind of bugged me. And it's supposed to be his bow.
Yeah.
But actuality, so the whole story about this is actually... The reason why no one can do it is because it's very waxed. Very waxed. So it's very hard for it to actually bend. Mm-hmm. But... It's always been a parlor trick for him to let people try.
Yeah.
And what that's actually doing is the heat from people's hands is actually heating up that wax. Mm-hmm. So it actually makes it a little more malleable. And so by the time it gets back to him, he can do it.
Interesting.
Yeah, which I about flipped my shit when what is I can't remember his name. The dude Robert Pattinson's little bitch boy.
I call him Dr. Dre. He played Dr. Dre in Straight Outta Compton.
Okay, yeah. So Dr. Dre, he mentions, why don't you heat it up first? And I'm like,
yeah.
I knew immediately. I was like, that would work. Don't do that.
Fucking that kid they sent to assassinate him or whatever. Mm-hmm. That motherfucker's in The Last Kingdom too, and he's also a bitch in that. Neither of you have seen that show, have you? So good.
No, I actually watched most of the first season, I think.
Oh, okay. No, it's just a great show. The first season, they didn't have any money. They go to, like, the capital of, like, supposed to be, like, London or whatever, and there's, like, 4 houses there. Ooh. They didn't have any money in that first season. Sheesh. Netflix was like, we'll give you $40 and some jawbreakers.
Like, what kind of jawbreakers?
Yeah. It's got to be the right kind.
Yeah.
But so this actual trick shot I've actually done before.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not this exact one, but like it was a mock version of it where we actually put up foam rings that are supposed to kind of like create that X. It's actually not that difficult once you have a bow. if you know how to shoot at least a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's still interesting, to actually try to pull off. So I just want to throw that little tidbit out there.
I mean, I think that is interesting that you bring that up. And it's like I said in the spoiler-free section, like this type of thing has never really been Nolan's strong suit.
Yeah.
In so much that I don't think he cares that much about these type of things. Mm-hmm. I mean, I always point out how in The Dark Knight Rises, there's henchmen that just fall over. Like, Batman's not even touching them. And it's like, oh, all right.
He's trying to tell the story, not have a fight scene. Yeah. And I understand that. And for the most part, I respect most of it.
Mm-hmm. It's the Talia al Ghul death scene. He was like, "That's a wrap. We got it." And
everybody
was like,
"We need to just go on the record saying that is the worst scene that Nolan's ever shot."
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah, that is the worst scene that Nolan has ever shot. 100%
by a long shot.
That had to have been.
I don't know. The Robin reveal was pretty bad too.
No, it don't hold anything to that shit.
I'm not saying it's worse than the Talia death, but I'm just saying it's pretty bad.
That script isn't great. This is like whoever shot that shit, like the studio closes at 5, they got that take at 4:59. Like, all right, it was like, it's a wrap. We got it.
That's it, guys. We done.
We'll come back on Monday and get another take, and then like they just wrapped filming.
All right.
So we never went back and did that. It's fine.
It'll be fine. I'm sure whatever we got wasn't that bad. It's like, oh no. I have seen middle school plays with better death scenes. But This whole like scene here at the end is so powerful. I enjoyed the fight, but once again, like the like what is actually happening, the thematic nature of what all of it means is what really hooks you and really gets you on this movie. I actually have his speech from the third act. I'm not going to read the whole thing here, but when he talks to Penelope at the end and he has this big kind of, it's not a monologue because it's a back and forth, but where he talks about the true nature of everything, where he knew that night in Troy that they had done something horrible. And early in the movie, actually, in that kind of bore scene, actually, when he's got the bow, he's known for like, twinging the bowstring before he fights him or whatever.
I know this is more nitpicking for me, and I get it. you never dry fire your bow ever. And I don't care how little it is, you'd never do that.
All right, but he's the king. He can do whatever he wants. So somebody actually says to him, "It's like, well, you're not." He's like, "Well, I want it to be a fair fight." He's like, "You're not fighting it. You're hunting him." And he says, "Well, fighting is like hunting." And this comes full circle at the end. In the speech, he says, "We left them a gift, an offering of peace that they took into their home. We violated all that's ever sacred between people. It turned a fight into a hunt." And that is where you get finally from Odysseus's perspective of what has happened here. It's not that he angered the gods like his men thought. It's not that he broke some quote unquote like Zeus's law. Is that he broke the covenant between human beings. Mm-hmm. And I think that's
it turned people from being people to animals.
Yeah. And it's so important, I think, for today's society, like how divided and like fractured human beings are these days. Not just here in America, but like really anywhere in the world, but especially here. And he talks about like that's what we did. It's like we broke that sacred bond between people.
Yep. Yeah, it's the whole idea of being conditioned to view the enemy as less than human.
Yeah.
And I mean, and we see that in full effect here in these Troy scenes.
Yes.
And it happens all the time here, like you just said, Caleb, with people in this country or any countries all over the world who go to war with each other. They get propagandized into viewing the enemy as subhuman. Therefore,
they're the enemy. They're the monsters. We go slay the monsters.
Yeah, their lives don't count like ours do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And throughout the movie, there's this whole running theme of the people from the sea being this big threat that everybody's talking about, and it turns out that like that's what the Greeks were here. Yep. Is it spread throughout the natural world of hey, like these fucking guys came from the sea. Troy was minding their own business. They left this peace offering, and then they ransacked the place to the ground.
Yeah, and it was also just like the first island they actually hit on their voyage home, where they
stop for supplies.
They didn't stop. They just fucking killed.
Well, they tried to preface it, right? Because they said, well, okay, we'll stop and get supplies. And they said, well, what if they don't want to give us supplies? We'll
only take what we need. Yeah. And then they were like, how come you abandoned your village rather than trade with us? And they were like, oh, well, we heard about all these people from the sea. And they're like, well, we're Greeks.
Yeah, that's not us.
That's not us. We're Greeks. Mm-hmm. It's like, you don't think that the rumor of what you guys did is going to spread faster than your ships can sail?
And again,
it just went over their heads, man.
Yeah.
Incredible stuff. I guess to wrap this thing up here, what do you guys want to see Nolan do next? I know we talked about horror earlier,
and I think it needs to be psychological horror. Like it does not need to be supernatural horror. Not saying he couldn't do that.
Yeah,
but I definitely think that a slasher flick wouldn't be his style.
No,
I think it would be just something more like mindfucky, scary.
So it's been heavily rumored, and Nolan has been talking about for years now, of doing a remake of The Prisoner, which is a 1960s British TV show about a secret agent that gets basically like abducted. It's isekai, essentially. He just gets isekai'd into this like village. And they never really explain what's actually going on, but like it gets like more and more creepy and like unsettling and just kind of mysterious as it goes on. And I think that would be the type of horror that Nolan would do, would be like the psychological kind, of course.
So I mean, I don't think it will happen, but so have y'all heard of the movie A Color from Space?
The what?
A Color from Space.
No.
It is a Nicolas Cage lead film. It's also a Lovecraftian.
Oh,
it's a Lovecraftian story. I would love to see him actually dive into the world of Lovecraft. Now that I've seen what he can do with a fucking Cyclops puppet and the Cersei witch with her powers,
Right.
I think he could fucking kill it in the mythos.
I think Lovecraftian horror would be really cool.
Because like that would actually hit the elements that he would like really excel in, is like that psychological, the madness that is going through that. Oh man, like I think he would fucking kill that. I don't think he will, but still.
I mean, obviously for me, I would love to see him, do like a remake of The Thing. I would love to see his interpretation of something like that. But of course, The Thing is one of my favorite movies of all time. So
we had we did the horror episode where we ranked our horror movies.
But also is of course the Thing was that's a John Carpenter flick. I love that. But the next movie I'm going to mention, like even though Martin Scorsese, he is another one of my favorite directors, I think that had Shutter Island been made by Nolan, it would have been something even better.
I think it'd be creepier too. Mm-hmm.
So obviously, I'm gonna get a little, little selfish here. So Sanderson recently has said that he wants The Emperor's Soul to be the second Cosmere movie. So it's actually not gonna be Well of Ascension like we thought. And you haven't read that, right? Or you have?
Emperor's Soul?
Where she has 100 days to make a new soul for the Emperor?
Yeah, I have read that, yeah.
Yeah. I think that he would do an amazing take on that.
I think he would too. Yeah, that would be dope.
Too.
Yeah. So the basis of it is like that she steals this scepter from the Emperor, and she has 100 days to make him a new soul. He's basically left brain dead by like an assassination. And it's like he actually won the Hugo Award for this. It's actually a novella.
Yeah.
But I think that Nolan would have such a great take on that, and
that would be cool.
Yeah, I would love that. So, and he would. I would never see Nolan doing anything in the Cosmere because he just doesn't want to get bogged down for years and years. But this is a mostly standalone thing.
Honestly, I think he wouldn't do a half bad job with Elantris either.
Yeah, I mean, I would absolutely be up for that as well. I mean, I would love a fucking Nolan Mistborn trilogy. Like if he was going to stick around for the whole thing, he'd be perfect for. For that story, but
he would.
Like when everything's unfolding at the end of the third book, you can just hear Hans Zimmer just kicking up the score, making it faster and faster as you just get reveal after reveal.
The only issue I see with that is we have to think about Nolan wants to make what he wants to make,
right?
And his interpretation of the source material may not be exactly what.
That's a fair point.
And so and also too is like Brandon has already said like he's going to write all of those screenplays for Mistborn. Nolan likes to write his own stuff,
right?
But if he liked the source material for Emperor's Soul, I think he would have that's something I think he could sink his teeth into. And if he wanted to recontextualize or change things here and there, I think Sanderson would be okay with it. If for no other reason, just to get Nolan attached to the thing, because then you're going to bring millions of people in.
Oh, yeah.
Who otherwise wouldn't have given it the time of day to go, oh, okay. But yeah, if he's going to make something, it would have to be one of the standalone type things. I don't think Warbreaker's his jam.
No, like honestly, it's just completely different vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Emperor Soul, or I could see Elantris too.
So I think that, we should really appreciate like the last couple of years because, at least for me, it's like all of my favorite filmmakers have either just put out films or are about to, and so it's going to be a drought for a while. Like Ryan Coogler made Sinners last year. That for me was by and far the best movie of 2025. Like I said, I don't think anything for me is going to top Odyssey this year.
Yeah,
and then we have Denis Villeneuve coming out with Dune 3 later on this year. Another one of my favorite filmmakers. And then of course the Russos are busy right now with the Avengers, both Doomsday and Secret Wars. But then it's like, man, after that, I really don't know what filmmakers because those are like the filmmakers for me where it's like I don't really care what you're doing, I want to see it.
Right.
Yeah.
Outside of those 4 or 5, if you count both Russos, of course, I don't really know what the filmmakers there are that are like that for me.
So shit. Ridley Scott. I mean,
yeah.
But he has made a couple sinkers.
Yeah.
Didn't he make that fucking Gods of Egypt bullshit?
Was that really? Oh, that couldn't have been Ridley Scott.
I hope not.
I refuse to put that on him.
Oh, I gotta look. But go ahead. Proceed.
Yeah. It's like you're either gonna get the Ridley Scott that made like Alien or Gladiator, or you're gonna get trash Ridley Scott. Like, unfortunately, there is no in between. Like, he's like the Frank Miller of filmmaking. You're either gonna get like just some pristine, well-made stuff, or you're gonna get like The Dark Knight Returns or Dark Knight Strikes Again.
The dude that made that awful ass movie, it was actually Alex Proyas who did The Crow, the original Crow.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Really? So made what?
This movie that came out in 2016 called Gods of Egypt. There's
Okay.
nothing but white people in it.
Oh, is that the one with Jamie Lannister?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that. I was like, "That's a white British guy." I'm not watching that movie.
And even if you were to overlook that, it's just a bad movie too. Like,
Yeah, that was rough.
I would be cool if he made a sequel to Tenet that explained what happened in the first one.
No, he's just gonna make it more confusing.
So,
Yeah.
so he created the original Crow.
Yeah, the same director directed the Crow, the original Crow.
Huh. Oh, which, by the way, this is completely off subject. We're talking about Crow now. So I know for a fact that Skarsgård can fight because literally a year before the Crow came out, he did a movie called Boy versus the World. It's a low budget. Well, not really low budget, but it's definitely not like a mainstream film. But he kicks fucking ass in that movie. It's a really shallow storyline, and it's post-apocalyptic style. But he can kick ass in that. So I have no idea why the fuck they did not utilize that for The Crow.
Well, because that whole movie was bad. Like, Bill
Yes.
Skarsgård is a fantastic actor, but you can't really tell by that movie.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
Yeah, he's the lesser Skarsgård.
I still think I don't know about all that, but
Well, we can all agree that Stellan is the GOAT. Like, the dad is the best of the best.
yeah.
No, fuck off.
Yeah.
Honestly, if we hadn't just got the amazing Chernobyl show, a Nolan take on that would be dope as hell. But
I think it'd be way too confusing. I love Nolan, but he loves to get lost in the sauce sometimes.
and he just made a nuclear explosion movie, so
like, no, you can't do this.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Yeah. I think we're about ready to wrap this thing up.
Yeah, we're getting close to nearing the runtime of the film.
We are. Yeah.
And that's usually when we try to mosey on up out of here.
Which is impressive that we didn't cross it. Normally with our movie reviews, we cross that threshold. But
Well, this movie was long as fuck.
Yeah. All right, homies. Well, that's going to be all for this one. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this review half as much as we enjoyed viewing the movie and making this review ourselves. But that's going to be all for this one. Of course, as always, if you guys have any kind of question, comments, gifts, threats, food, supplies, then you can hit us up at superherohomies@gmail.com or any of our social media outlets. We are always active, live, and listening. That's going to be all for now, though, but we will be back again in just a few days with our review of the first half of House of the Dragon, Season 3. Yeah. I almost just trauma deleted Season 2. It wasn't that bad. But yeah, so, and then also we have Caleb's pick for the throwback coming up sometime in the near future.
Another Matt Damon movie.
Another goddamn Matt Damon movie.
And
He actually doesn't
miss that one.
He doesn't get lost anywhere in this one.
That's true. At least not physically.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have Spider-Man Brand New Day right around the corner. So,
Yes.
That's dope.
Yes. So we have some fun things lined up for you guys. But we'll see you then. But until next time, my name is Superhero Homie Q.
I'm Superhero Homie Caleb.
And I'm Superhero Homie Oz.